All right, here we go. Wack100. Welcome back to VladTV.
What's up, Vlad?
What's up?
What's going? Little this, little that, man.
Well, speaking of the West, Kendrick is expected to perform Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. But I guess the lawyers are trying to figure out what he can and can't say on the air and certain lyrics and everything.
Well, what's wrong with the lyrics? I don't understand.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of pedophile talk in there.
Pedophile?
It's probably a minor.
That's a musical note.
I understand it's a musical note, but still, there's an active lawsuit with Drake and Universal and everything.
There's an active lawsuit with Universal and Drake. It has nothing to do with Kendrick.
Yeah, although I read that Universal had a response and saying that Drake has to sue Kendrick as well if he wants to go forward with this lawsuit with Universal. You see what I'm saying? You can't just exclude certain people.
But here's where it gets tricky. And you know this. When you sue a person and you can't prove what you're saying, that person's gonna double back and sue you. Attorney fees and everything else, right? So the only thing that Kendrick is guilty of in this song, believe it or not, is being lyrical.
You think?
Okay. He ends it A minor, which, right, we know that to be a musical note, right?
Certified lover boy, certified pedophile.
Now stop right there. Certified lover boy identifies who?
Drake.
Certified pedophile identifies who? Drake's guy. It's documented. Those are two different entities, right? This dude we had the issue with at No Jumper, the Jay Reed dude, right? He's documented on Megan's Law, right? So if we say this and you're documented, there's no slander in that. Certified Lover Boy is a representation of one of Drake's albums, whatever songs or whatever it may be, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Certified Pedophile, right, is a representation of one of his guys with him that stands as a security, right?
Right. I just don't think the Super Bowl is going to broadcast the word pedophile during the halftime.
Well,
hold on. I just want to say that if you remember a few years back when Dr. Dre had his halftime show and Kendrick did Mad City, he had to actually take certain words out of it. Like, you know how it starts off, if Pyrus and Crips all got along? He couldn't say that. He had to switch around his lyrics a little bit.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? I don't think there's a problem with that adjustment because Kendrick's one person, right? How many people does that dome hold? That whole dome is going to explode right where that word is supposed to be said. They're going to say it. This is a fact. You can't fight A minor. I don't care what you're talking about. You cannot fight A minor. He didn't reference a child's name, but even at that, 17 years old, that's considered a minor.
Right. We talked about this before.
Yeah, right. So it's like, okay, here's the problem I got, Vlad. If I get up right now, right, and choose to punch you in your forehead and come sit back down, and you get up and you don't say a word, and you get up and come punch me in my mouth, and I pick the phone up and call my attorney, how will we see that? Because Kendrick's not crying about you saying his best friend / manager had sex with his wife and that his child is possibly his. Now we talking some real deal touchy stuff, right? That could have caused problems in the household. I mean, you could have people, family members calling, what's going on, right? But I think Kendrick's whole disposition is the truth could never be considered disrespect, and there's no truth in what Drake said in that. So it rolled right off of him. He's a rapper, right? I think Drake is kind of embracing it because, hit dogs holler. And it's a little confusing with the slander. He's an advocate for battle rap. In battle rap, they say some of the most egregious things face to face.
Right. Spitting all in your face while they're doing
He's
it.
hosted a couple battles, so it's kind of like,
Yeah.
damn, dude, you're the kid that never lost and finally got his first L, right? You're still a superstar. You're still on top. We still love Drake. We still bump Drake. And the overall battle, Drake delivered us some great music. Let's just be real. So it's like, damn. Like, I mean, I don't know. Vlad, what are you seeing, bro?
Look, I personally thought the Drake lawsuit was really about stopping the Super Bowl performance. That's what I really thought of that song. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens because I guess they're saying he is going to perform that. So if he performs it, what exactly is he going to perform? He's not going to perform the whole song. That never gets done in the Super Bowl, right? No one ever does an entire song.
He got like 13, 14 minutes or something.
Right. So he's going to do maybe a verse.
Yeah.
Which verse does he do? Or maybe half a verse and then go into like in one of his other songs? You don't know. It'll be interesting. If he does A minor, he's the GOAT. Let me tell you.
No. He's doing Certified Lover Boy. He's doing A minor. These are the things Kendrick...
You think he's going to do that?
Kendrick's going to say Certified Lover Boy. He's going to say A minor. The Dome is going to complete the sentence after Lover Boy.
We'll see.
It's going to erupt.
We'll see.
And I'm going to tell you what I really love the most, right, about this Super Bowl. I believe it's going to be the most televised and anticipated one to watch. Two key factors. The Chiefs have a chance at three-peating, and a little ghetto boy from Compton. People want to see what he's going to do.
Yeah.
So for Kendrick, the rapper at halftime show, to be part of the anticipation, which they all are for entertainment, but people are going to be glued to the television with dead silence, wanting to see and hear what this little guy from Compton, who doesn't wear any designer, who's not a gangbanger, right? What he's gonna say. And that's the beautiful part, because when that crosses into corporate America on that level, that's big, brother.
Yeah, I mean, Kendrick's on a hell of a run right now.
Yeah.
This past 12 months, Kendrick has had an epic run. I mean, in fact, I did a poll and I said, hardest diss song of all time, Hit 'Em Up or Not Like Us. Now, my audience, 75% said Hit 'Em Up because I have a slightly older audience, but you might have an argument in the next couple of years over these two songs.
I think Kendrick, he's not competing with Hit 'Em Up.
But they're both diss songs. You could both put them in the same category.
Hit 'Em Up ain't even up there like that. You can't classify it like that.
What do you mean?
You can't, right? It's two other songs that have come before that. I think Kendrick's competing with No Vaseline and Ether. And I'm going to tell you why. Hit 'Em Up is handicapped because he had help. No Vaseline is just Ice Cube.
Well, I almost would argue
he had help.
Well, okay, I would almost argue that if Pac did all three lyrics, it would actually be an even bigger song.
If was a fifth, we all be drunk.
Right, I got
Mr. Vlad. But he didn't.
He didn't. You're right.
Ether, all Nas, No Vaseline is all
it's all
Cube, right?
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna forget about my man. I want to throw him in there. I know it probably sounds like I gotta throw Common in there.
The bitch in you?
Bro, to be a conscious rapper, to go at Cube and the West Side Connection. Bro, I gotta give him some credit for the heart. And he made us who didn't listen to conscious rap in those days listen to that song. I gotta give Common his props.
Right. And he performed it in LA.
Yeah, I gotta give Common his props.
Well, Lil Wayne said he's not attending the Super Bowl. And then a commercial came out. It was a lotion commercial where he actually made fun of himself for being sensitive.
Wayne, we're all a little sensitive.
Did you watch it?
I seen it, and I'm gonna be real. He announced he got another album dropping in June.
Right.
Shout out Wayne, shout out Young Money, Cash Money. I was thinking, I swear on the way over here, what if Lil Wayne's curbing us and he's really gonna come out? But then I'm thinking, if I was Wayne, coming out on that set would be big for the people and the fans, but it would jeopardize his relationship with Drake. It'll be huge. If Wayne popped out on a total different song that had nothing to do with anything, right?
Yeah.
It'll be huge because it would show Wayne and Kendrick had their little thing almost, and then it was an apology and it was cool.
Right.
And Kendrick has no problem saying that, yo, I was a student of Wayne's and vice versa. And I seen the whole TDE Cash Money build, you know, back with J-Rock. And actually we shot that video. They shot that video, 2 videos the same day. Millie video and J-Rock's video with Wayne. And it'll be a great thing for hip hop and the people. But I think Wayne knows that Drake wouldn't swallow that the right way.
This is true, but if Wayne suddenly popped out and did like a minute of Lollipop, New Orleans would lose their mind.
No, for the fans.
Yes, the fans would go crazy in New Orleans.
For the Super Bowl setting, to show people how it could be a conflict and then resolution. Yeah, so which one's bigger? Which one has more value? I mean, I think overall career-wise, Wayne was Wayne. Wayne helped make Drake. Drake didn't help Wayne.
Right.
Right?
True.
I think overall career-wise, Wayne popping out, doing something like that, I think it would be great for his overall.
Yep.
But I think he values his relationship with Drake.
Well, you would say that, but when's the last time they actually did something together?
I don't, you know.
It's been like a decade almost.
You know, with that whole Cash Money family, that crew, Cash Money, Young Money, just because you don't see them doing something together don't mean they ain't together.
Okay.
It's when you see problem and conflict, right? We watched Birdman and Wayne go through that thing.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was conflict on one side. Birdman wouldn't allow it to dominate, and he did what he's supposed to do, and they got it right. But I mean, I would love to see Wayne pop out, but I don't know, bro. What you think, Vlad? Like,
I don't know, because it would be so big considering the buildup. And at the end of the day, it's a show. And people put their feelings aside when it comes to the show.
And I really think if Wayne did that, it would show character. And I think, and I'm calling this, Wayne to be doing Super Bowl next year in California.
Maybe.
If he did that,
yeah,
they'd be like, you know what? Kendrick did New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne, you doing Cali.
Well, Kendrick won 5 Grammys for Not Like Us, more than any rapper has ever won in a single night. Now, he doesn't have the most Grammys of any rapper. I think like Jay-Z and Kanye still has more Grammys than him, but he sweeped.
And I'm going to be real, not to say Kendrick didn't earn every last one of those. But I really believe, and you know, walk with me, Vlad, I really believe that the Drake factor and the things he's doing is not hurting Kendrick, it's hurting itself, it's elevating Kendrick. Walk with me. When he dropped his album back in November, he was slated on pace to do 220, 230. 3-4 days into the 7-day time span, Drake drops the lawsuit. By the time we get to day 7, the 220, 230 number goes to 319, 320. Because that forced light on that. Mm-hmm. Now, he goes at UMG. He releases a song. Ordinarily, UMG just puts DSP to it, they catch up to the song, they continue to push it. This time, pull it down, contractually, you're supposed to submit it, 10 to 21 days, blase, blase, right? Now, I believe Kendrick earned all those Grammys wholeheartedly. But I think if Drake wasn't doing the things he was doing, he might have would have won 3. That high five between Dr. Dre and Lucent. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like, hey, we're daddy. We're gonna do what we want to do. You ain't running nothing.
Right.
It's just real, it's real talk. You know what I'm saying? I think Drake he's pushing the Kendrick train another 5 or 10 miles per hour than it would normally be going because of what he's doing. Anything he does, he's a superstar, right? The light go, okay, what is that? What is that about? That's tied to what? That, okay, oh. And now it pushes Kendrick even more. So, I don't know where we going from here. Kendrick ain't gonna stop. We got a tour, stadium tour coming up, right?
Yeah.
It ain't gonna stop. The bleed ain't gonna stop. It'll be damn near, it'll be over a year and something.
Yeah, look, Drake called it. Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now. He opened his mouth and he got 5 Grammys. And I remember I went through a whole breakdown on Twitter. This got 2 million impressions. I basically was like, look, Drake has 5 Grammys. Kendrick got 20 or 22 Grammys. But when you look at the numbers, Drake is the second most streamed artist in the world after Taylor Swift. Kendrick is number 21 after Juice WRLD, who's been dead for 5 years. But yet, the Grammys give way more acclaim to Kendrick than Drake, but the people, numbers-wise, seem to embrace Drake more worldwide.
Well,
see what I'm saying?
The number comes from the overall, and I believe, we all know, Drake has a more extensive catalog than Kendrick. Right? Let's just be real, right?
Right.
So when you're looking at the streams and the numbers, I'm just throwing something
right,
out.
But still,
you got one guy that got 10 albums, the other guy got 18.
Well, right, but at the end of the day, though, those albums still have to react.
Yeah.
There's lots of artists with 40 albums that don't do 1/100th, even big artists, these days who drop an album and, like we talked before, Dre and Snoop, 2 of the biggest superstars on earth, are doing 30,000 their first week.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, I told you that. They don't matter no more today.
Right.
When it comes to the streaming fan.
True.
They matter to us.
Yeah.
Right? And I believe it's great therapy for them.
Yeah, I heard the album. I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it. It solidified the fact that Detox is never coming out. That was the final nail. I thought the Compton album was the final nail. This is the final nail.
Now,
am I right though?
You're right.
Yeah.
Did you acknowledge the brainwashing that has happened with guys in our era and generation?
What do you mean?
When you listen to that album?
What do you mean?
We grew up 316s, hooks, bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Over the last decade and a half, it's went to 212s, 2-3 hooks, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. We're used to 4 minutes, 4.5, 5 minutes, right? When listening to that album, your mind wasn't telling you, damn, this song ain't over yet.
a little long.
Because they came in with the standard.
Yeah, but listen, it was a good album.
But
he didn't push the envelope, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? We didn't want to hear the same old Dre and Snoop. We wanted to hear some level of involvement.
Wait. Say that again. You didn't want to hear the same old Dre and Snoop.
I didn't want it to sound like
even though Dre and Snoop are old. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Okay.
The last time Jay-Z dropped an album, was it 444?
Yeah, that was different.
It was an older rapper.
That was different.
But something about it sounded new and sounded unique.
But you just said
didn't sound like the other Jay-Z projects. There was something about it that sounded different, and that's why people mess with it.
But you just said it. It's always something about Jay-Z.
Yeah.
That's a different thing. And that album was like a instruction manual of what you should be doing and what you should stop doing.
Yeah, no, story, OJ, brilliant song. It was a bunch of really dope songs.
The Dre and Snoop album was, it was great. It gave them something to do. It was great for the West Coast. But music has, I don't even want to say it has evolved. I want to say it's been downplayed to something different that rejects what the original blueprint was. Yeah, it's like cars, right, bro? Listen, you know right now, if I pulled in here with a Malibu souped up, you know, back in the days, that was it. I can't run with the Tesla. I can't, right? So it's like, yeah, I hear you, and I see it, but you can't do nothing with this, right? So, you know, only thing he could do is let you hear the pipes, you know what I mean? But outside of that, it's a new day, and I think we won't see another Dre style album in any way.
Yep.
Maybe some production.
Well, your boy Kanye just went on another epic rant. This one's for the books. Let's see. I'm racist. Stereotypes exist for a reason, and they all true. I'm going to normalize talking about Hitler the way talking about killing N-words has been normalized. Call me Yadolf Hitler, and your bitch still wants to fuck. Hitler was so fresh. And it goes on and on and on and on. There's this one, the funniest one was a couple of kids in the, Make-A-Wish Foundation wheelchairs asked me for photos, and I said no. Like, it was just like all over the place. Me Too is a woke agenda. Fuck Diageo. What you gonna do? Cancel my sneaker deal, cancel my record deal, freeze my accounts. Fuck all y'all N-words. Slavery is a choice. I'm speaking my mind now. I ain't editing shit ever again. Yeah, slavery is a choice once again, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, so, you watch Silence of the Lamb, right?
Yeah. I'm waiting to see how these two things fit together, but go ahead.
Can we agree that Hannibal Lecter was insane, but highly intelligent?
Yes.
Right? And until you understood what he was saying and the clues he was giving you, it really didn't make any sense at all, right?
Okay.
There's always a beginning, a middle, and an end. I think we're in the middle. It's not the beginning. We saw the beginning a year or two back.
Mm-hmm.
He survived it.
Yeah.
They put him in the mud, he came back. Think he's registering at 2.7 billion now, right?
Something like
so
that,
I think he's in the middle.
Yeah.
Ye is a genius in his own way. So what he's saying is his vision and his thoughts. It ain't for me or you to understand it. We can speculate, we can debate, but we're not gonna know until he presents the grand finale. Because if you think that's something, the best is yet to come. What's coming? I don't know. But I know something's definitely coming because he's forcing the light on him. And Ye understands that if he talks about the flowers and how beautiful life is, nobody's gonna pay him any attention, right? He went under for a while. We kind of forgot about him. Now, he's doing things to make people wonder. So now we're all wondering, what are you up to? We're gonna all continue to pay attention to him, and I believe the best is yet to come. I don't know where he's going with this. I saw his wife. She had on a nude outfit.
Yeah, at the Grammys.
Yeah. He stood there as a black militant, black boots, black shirt, black pants.
Okay.
Nothing to say. Had on his murder wands, and he motioned. right? I mean, that's Jay. I know him as a brother. I've sat on the plane, and I believe I'm a little weird in my own way because Ye has 4 or 5 different conversations with you at the same time, and I realized that I was able to keep up.
With all 5?
All of them. Like he'll start, and then he'll transition, and he'll go here, and then he'll bounce around, and you have to mentally be able to keep up to where he left off and where he's going. And I didn't realize till after like the 3rd or 4th jet trip, I'm like, yo, Wack, you're a little weird too because you really understood what he was talking. I got it. It's a different type of blueprint, man. And I don't like the Hitler stuff. I don't know where he's going with that. I think we're gonna think the worst because we know that for one thing, right? The massacre of Jewish people, the Holocaust, we see that as evil, we see that as dark and bad. But if I can't recall, I remember the first time he mentioned Hitler, well, the last time, he gave reference to something about it led to something good. I can't remember. My teachings on Hitler is all dark, gloomy, is negative, right? Because even outside of what happened to the Jewish community, right, it rolled over into the fold of when I was in prison dealing with the Aryan Brotherhood and the KKK situation and things of that nature, right, which, was a hate group as far as I was concerned. I don't know where he's going with that. It's going to make me go really research Hitler, the things I don't know. It's something in there he's trying to pull out that maybe has nothing to do with what we presumably know about Hitler. Because I don't think he's just saying, hell, Hitler. That doesn't make sense.
Hitler hated black people.
No, bro, I'm with
as
you
much as he hated Jews.
But was there, look, see, that's what he wants you to do.
Okay.
The obvious is what Ye wants you to do. Was there some type of achievement? I don't know. Because of what you said, I never really studied to do, right?
Right.
Was there some type of achievement? Did something happen that only he did? Or like, it's something that I don't know.
Listen, he unified Germany and he took over big parts of the world, in Europe, and he militarily wise, yes, he accomplished a lot. I get it, but in the process...
And I think it's something else.
In the process, he was exterminating races of people he didn't like.
That was
Gays,
affiliated...
Jews, blacks, gypsies, like the lesbians, the whole thing.
No, I don't think it's that.
All these people were put in gas chambers and killed.
That goes hand in hand with what we dislike him for. I don't know. I'm just saying. I think he's going to let us know what he wants to let us know, I hope.
Okay.
But I ain't got, listen, man.
Well, there's more. Let's see. The Jews.
I just got off the phone with Alan Grumblatt.
Okay.
I
got it.
But I don't.
Who is Jewish, by the way?
Exactly.
Right.
Hitler was half Jewish, was he not?
I think he may have had some relative that was Jewish or something.
I don't know where he's going with that, and I don't want to say he's having a meltdown or a breakdown because the Ye that I know, he's always knows what he's doing. Again, key word, what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing right now.
Okay, but there's more. Let's see. The Jews wrote Martin Luther King's speech, Happy Black History Month. Yes, I work with gay people and I still use the word. Any gay person that works with me and gets mad at me using the word is a fat bitches are sex offenders. I see them and I'm sexually offended. Making lingerie for fat bitches is like giving knives to little kids. They go hurt somebody. If you find yourself in a fat bitch pussy, just remember it's because you're broke.
Bro, that could be a bar.
Let's see. I'm God.
Can the big woman, can she break you? I don't know. Is he breaking down?
Let's see.
Was he drunk?
The 5 Jews that worked for me did not quit after last night. I got 3 words. Ching, ching, ching. Let's see. He said, fuck Virgil at one point. Let's see. What else?
You know what? I think I know what he's doing.
You think you know what he's doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think I may know what he's doing.
There's a lot here, man.
Is he now supporting, I haven't been keeping up with, is he supporting Diddy now?
Yeah, he's supporting Diddy on here.
I know what he's doing.
Yeah, that's why he's like, the Diageo, fuck the Diageo. Where's the Diddy part? Hold on a second.
I know what he's doing. He's going Nat Turner, bro.
Hold on, where's the Diddy part?
He's going Nat Turner, Vlad. He's saying, this is what he's saying. I'm no longer going to allow myself to be controlled by what you say the rules are supposed to be. I believe that's where he's going, and he's intentionally violating everything he's not supposed to, bro. Like, come on, it's too obvious. He's saying, come cancel me. You tried it once, come cancel me.
Okay.
I believe he's trying to build his own.
All right, here's the Puffy parts. Puff got Me Too'd, so did I. Free Puff. Did Puff get Me Too'd because of the fighting or because of the money? I never seen a broke N-word get Me Too'd. Me Too is extortion. If an N-word really taped you, then it's legal, not financial. Can't nobody see that. Me Too is a woke agenda. You bitches were not raped. Pardon me. Let me put this in yay, all caps. You, Me Too bitches did not get raped. You extorted N-words. N-words meaning men, bitches. Bitches means bitches. What else is there?
Yeah, bro.
Puff get one call a morning.
I think
Yeezy.com about to sign the Sean John collaboration that me and my brother spoke about before they locked him up. We split the profits 50-50. Yeah. Fuck Diageo.
I think he's challenging them to come to, I think because they tried to cancel him the last time and he survived it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he on this Nat Turner trip. He's just
Right.
straight going renegade saying, we don't need y'all, we got us. Now who the us is, I don't know.
Okay.
Right?
Do you think slavery was a choice? You think people just decided to stay slaves?
No.
Or was there a fear of
Wait, hold on.
of being killed and tortured if
Hold
you
on,
try to run away?
No, I do think at one point, because there were some people just so used to that, when they told them they can go, they probably didn't want to go, right? But do I think it was a choice that people said, hey, yes, we want to be your slaves? Absolutely not.
Right.
But I don't think he's talking about that. I think he's talking about today and the opportunities that's out there for you, right? I don't believe he's talking about that.
Here's what I believe, okay? I have people in my life who have mental illness, and they sometimes have manic episodes that last for hours, sometimes days. I've seen it with my bare eyes. My friend Disco D was bipolar. He ended up hanging himself in his mother's house. And I've seen his manic episodes. I've seen this throughout the course of my life. This appears to be a manic episode. He's going through something mentally, and he's got his phone, and there's no one around to stop him, so he's just tick-tocking away, tick on his phone.
You think Ye is not aware of what he's doing?
I
don't agree with that.
I think you would agree with me?
I do not agree with that.
Listen,
I believe
no. You can try to say that every move is calculated, but this is the same man who got on stage, had a mental breakdown, and said, I'm canceling my worldwide tour, and meant it. And hundreds of thousands of people that were involved between going to these concerts, all the venues, all the staff, all the insurance, all the merch, everyone that was, what's that?
Did he cancel it?
Yes, he did.
So he did what he wanted to do.
Yes.
He didn't double back and say, okay, today's the show where all the people, right?
Listen, man.
Come on, Vlad.
Listen.
See, look, Ye is the only one of his kind in this era. Let's just be real. He's the only one of his kind in this era. And I'm going to be real. A lot of us thought he was canceled. He survived.
Well, here's the thing. People like to use this cancel word like it's a real thing. I think it's just people trying to feel powerful, like we canceled him. The only way to really cancel somebody is to kill them or put them in prison. Am I right?
You're right.
Because if the person is alive and can continue to put out whatever content they feel like putting out, and they have a fan base who says we're going to look past what other people are saying, they will continue to keep doing their thing. R. Kelly got canceled because he got put in prison, right? Harvey Weinstein got canceled. He got put in prison. Harvey Weinstein's not doing any more movies, and R. Kelly has no more albums that are coming out, unless he has a big catalog somewhere that's going to come out at some point. But I'm just saying.
He got 38,000 unreleased songs.
I understand that, but he's not going to get to go to the studio and promote it and do a tour and everything else like that. All he could do was put out his old catalog and hopefully make some money. So he's essentially canceled.
You know what you're doing is not right?
What do you mean?
Because they practiced this tactic back in the days.
You're not going to say divide and conquer, are you?
No.
Okay.
I remember when Malcolm X was on his run.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing a speech of some of the Muslims after Malcolm X said some things about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember this other speaker saying, if there's any man that would say things about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he deserves to be shot down like a dog. Now, they never said Malcolm's name, right? But you right now are saying the only way to cancel a person is if they're killed or they're put in prison.
I do not want either of those things to happen to Kanye.
That's what I want you to clear up.
I do not want either of those things.
Come on, Redbeard.
All I'm saying is that you can't cancel Kanye unless you do one of those two things, and I don't want either of those things to happen.
There we go. Let's clear that up.
Was I offended by a few things? Yeah, well, whatever. Who cares?
You? What did he say that offended you? Today, like right now. I ain't talking about 2 years ago.
The Hitler stuff.
He said that 2 years ago.
No, this is all new. All this stuff I'm talking about.
No, he said some Hitler stuff the last time.
No, he's saying it this time. I was reading it to you just now.
No, but he said some Hitler stuff. Remember the first time when they shut him down?
And he's saying it again.
Yeah, but when
Slavery was a choice offends me. Saying Hitler is fresh, call me Adolf Hitler. Like, yeah, all that offends me.
Let me ask you a question.
I don't like any of that.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
Would you have a one-on-one conversation with him about that?
100%. In fact, me and John Monopoly, who I've been good friends with for a long time, who is involved in his management, we've been talking about it for a long time. It hasn't happened. But yeah, I would absolutely sit down with him.
It's crazy that you said John Monopoly's name. Mm-hmm. We'll talk off camera.
Okay.
Shout out John Monopoly.
What up, John?
Right?
Yeah, we were texting each other the other day. That's my man.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't. If you ask me, do I agree with the things he's saying? I personally don't agree with him because I understand that it was a lot done to groups of people. But I'm saying, I'm not saying Kanye's losing his mind. He's having a breakdown. I believe he knows exactly what he's saying, and he's leading to something, and it's more to come. I don't know what.
Listen, I think Kanye now fully understands that he can't be canceled. So he's doing whatever he feels like doing to gather attention. He's probably going through a manic episode right now because I think that people around him don't like certain things. I think like Travis Scott unfollowed him and so forth. Like, these are people that are around him. For example, he's shouting out Diddy. Diddy tried to blow up Kid Cudi's car. Well, actually, he did blow up Kid Cudi's car. That's
Allegedly.
His man, right?
Allegedly.
Yeah, okay.
Allegedly.
All right, you can allegedly your way through it, but that's fine.
That's like saying Keefe D killed Tupac.
Well, he's currently being charged with it. In fact, I don't know if you heard about this, but Keefe D got into a fight in jail.
Yeah. Wait, did you see the fight?
I saw the pictures. I didn't see. There's a video?
No, but okay, the pictures, right?
Okay.
Let's go to the first frame, still shot.
Right.
Officer Keefe D. Looks like his hands in front of him. Other inmate looked like he's loose. Next one. Looked like they're resting on the ground. It looks like the other inmate's on top of Keefe D, right?
Right.
Did they charge Keefe D with an assault?
I'm not sure.
How do you charge?
Was he charged with assault?
That's what it said. I would hope not. I'm like,
listen, I just want to tell everyone who's watching that as you get older, like I'm 51 years old, I'm going to be 52. I really hope in my 60s I'm not rolling around with a man in jail. I'm just hoping that's not where my life leads me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Everyone who's watching this, I guarantee nobody wants to be in that position.
No.
When you're 61 years old. With cancer, you want to be in your house, retired, you got money that'll pay your bills, you get to see your kids and your grandkids, you get to relax and see, you know, what your next 10, 20, 30 years peacefully. Not rolling around with another man in a jail cell in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that was a little crazy.
You know, they actually tried to get the case thrown out based on the proffer agreement, and Las Vegas denied it, saying there's no proffer agreement in Las Vegas, and they can't even find a proffer agreement on a federal level. So Greg Kading, I don't know if he actually even filled out the paperwork when Keefe D confessed.
No, it's a proffer. If I can remember, they can't use any of the evidence that was gathered by the Los Angeles County.
I get that part. I
don't know, can they take a stand out there? I don't know what one has to do with the other.
Well, look, I mean, from what I understand, okay, look, I'll actually just read it to you.
Yeah, what does one have to do with the other?
Just so we're not kind of dancing around the truth. So Keefe D basically wanted the case thrown out because of delays as well as a proffer agreement. Clark County District Court Judge Carly Kearney said in a decision issued Tuesday that Keefe D has provided no proof of any immunity deals that the state of Nevada has ever offered him in the deal. So there you go.
So what did the proffer agreement? Yeah, Nevada had nothing to do with that. That was
right.
That was feds in L.A., Los Angeles.
Well, it was Los Angeles.
It wasn't
Greg
federal?
Kading, was he working with the feds at that point?
No,
I don't think so.
I believe it said he was working with like special units. Now he was still like.
So it was state.
Yes.
So there you go. So in the state of Nevada, there's no proffer agreement. So you may have had one in Los Angeles, but then again, if you continue to talk about the case outside of whatever original proffer agreement you had in California, you are now potentially putting yourself.
So if he wouldn't have said anything else,
he would have been fine.
After that proffer, he would have
been fine. Yeah, I think that's basically what this case is saying. Had he just kept his mouth shut and not written a book, not done a VladTV interview, an Art of Dialogue interview, and a Cam Capone interview multiple times, people wouldn't even know who he is, to be honest.
That's real.
They wouldn't know what he looks like. You know, it was, you know, they would have pictures from him for whatever, 20 years ago. He doesn't look anything like that anymore. He'd be living in Las Vegas, completely anonymous, eating at buffets, and, you know, playing the dollar slots.
I believe that Keefe's going to be like a Tory Lanez situation. They're going to prosecute him, convict him, and then he might come back on the appeal. Only difference is he's not Tory Lanez's age.
Right. He also doesn't have Tory Lanez's money.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Because other people have tried to get him out since you, right? So with you, that's totally gone, right? That's totally off the table. You think I contributed to that with our interview?
I don't know.
Because it got brought up.
Yeah, it definitely got brought up.
I was shocked.
Who else tried to get him out?
I thought some other people would try to...
Like a ball player or
Yeah,
something?
I heard like a ball player tried to get him out, but clearly it didn't work either. He's still there.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I can't take the blame for everybody not being able to get him out. Yeah, man, listen. It is what it is. Personally, I hope that Keefe D finds some sort of loophole to just walk away from this. Because he's an older man. They're not really... I don't know what they're really trying to accomplish with this. I guess they're going to officially close the case, but...
They want a conviction.
Yeah. Listen, personally, I hope that he walks away because I don't know how many years he has left. He's sick. He should be with his family and live out the remaining years that he has. Because between sleeping in a jail cell and getting into fights with inmates and just a bunch of craziness.
It's wearing on him.
Yeah, in his 60s.
Yeah, it's definitely
in his 60s. And he's not like like an Evander Holyfield 60.
No.
He's an overweight man with health problems and so forth. Las Vegas jail is the last place you want to be right now.
Have you went and seen him yet?
No.
It's the least you can do.
Go see him?
Yo, that'd be wild.
That would be wild, yeah. I'd go see him. Actually, I was in Vegas over New Year's. I probably should have, well, I don't know how, I'd have to be put on a list or something like that.
I don't know. I can ask his son. I don't know how that works out there.
Yeah.
I asked his son.
Well, Irv Gotti has passed away, age 54. I've interviewed Irv before, cool dude. I know his brother Chris. Me and him have kept in contact. I know Ja. I've done multiple interviews with Ja, and we've talked over the years. I felt sad when I heard it.
Yeah, Irv's a good dude. He's been battling, I believe, dealing with his situation.
Yeah, health problems. I think he had a stroke or something.
He had a stroke.
Weren't they mad at you for posting the picture of him with like a cane or something?
Nobody knew he had a stroke.
And you leaked it?
And I put the photo up.
Yeah.
Of him inside the center. Well, he was out there walking around. He wasn't laid up in the bed or nothing. He had on his gear and he was walking around. And I felt like this. I'm not going to lie. I felt like, Irv is loved by a lot of people. He got fans. And people had no idea he was going through what he was going through. That'd be one thing, if you release something, Irv laid up in hospital bed, tubes, that's one thing. It's another thing to make people that's been following him and championing him aware of that he's in a situation. Give people time to, do some prayer calls for the brother. You know what I mean? To send him some love his way.
Yeah. Well, 50 Cent trolled him. Took a picture of himself with a hookah instead of smoking on that Gotti pack.
50 did what he's supposed to do.
To be fair, based on things that I've heard, and, interviewing detectives and so forth, that's on VladTV, not Personal Conversations, actually on VladTV. I think 50 feels that Irv had something to do with him getting shot 9 times.
Definitely did.
That's what he thinks. So, to be fair, I think most of us, me included, would probably have the same attitude over someone who tried to kill me dying before I did.
That's a fact. Now,
that's all I'm saying. Real. Yeah.
If it would have been vice versa, what Irv would have done what 50 did, no. I don't think he would have.
Well, I interviewed him, and he had some choice words for 50.
But do you think...
He said that Satan saved 50 Cent.
Certain people say, you get shot here, right? He got shot in his mouth. You're like, that's inches, right? This is just me talking, everybody. It's not a thing, but who saved him? People be like, God. Your first thing is, God saved this guy. Maybe the devil, maybe Satan saved him. Because he's a great engine of chaos. I don't think God would save somebody who moves like that. I don't think God would save somebody who disrespects his own family and is just everything you think of 50 is just negative. He's just an engine of negativity, beef, chaos. Sounds like he's with Satan to me, man.
Okay, now stop.
That's what he said.
See, now when you start saying things like that, right?
Irv said it.
No.
On camera.
No, that's what I'm saying. It leads people to believe, especially the victim, the guy on the other end of that barrel, that maybe, what do you mean Satan saved me? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's why I said 50's not wrong for what he's doing. He took those shots. He went through that pain, recovery, right? He took one to the face, so I get it. If I got an op like that and we into it like that and he goes before me, I'll be the same way. If it's like that is a very different situation.
Yeah. Did you ever see that one picture of Fendi where he goes to his op's funeral to make sure he's really dead?
Nah.
You've never seen this? Oh, this is like an epic meme. Hold on. Hold on a second.
They let him in?
Yeah, hold on a second. Is this photo, hold on a second. I don't know if you've ever seen this photo right here.
Oh, yeah.
So Big Fendi, he said, I stopped by one of my biggest haters' funeral today just to make sure that N-word was dead. R.I.P. Bozo. Die, haters, die.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There he is, just posed up in his suit.
People,
and he took a photo of it.
Yeah, some people got real beef, bro. It's serious.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, listen, I remember there was this one dude who jumped me in high school, sucker punched me, and, got the best of me, and everyone watched. I got bloodied up and everything. And, I remember some years later, I found out he committed suicide.
How'd you feel about that?
I felt like I never really got my get back. And I felt stupid for feeling that way because I'll never get my get back because he's dead.
He's dead.
You see what I'm saying? And I felt like I need to grow more as a human being because I'm feeling this way at that moment. Now I don't feel that way. But at the time, I'm like, damn, like this motherfucker died and last time he got the best of me. And I felt petty and immature by feeling that way.
So you still wanted some revenge?
Yeah, but I can't because he's dead, right?
So you're upset he was dead?
I guess in a certain type of way I was. It was a weird feeling.
It didn't strike you like, yeah, I'm glad you gone?
Not really, no.
One less person I got to worry about.
No, because I wasn't worried about him. It wasn't like we were active enemies. We got into a fight in high school. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't like we kept at it.
Yeah, got you.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you know one thing about, Fifth's hard at work at Big Meech, you know what I mean? So he's hard at work. Fifth gonna be Fifth, man.
Yeah. Listen, like I said, if someone out there was involved in me getting shot multiple times and they died before me, I don't know if I'd post like that, but I'd probably feel like that. And I think most men, and probably women too, would feel the same way.
Yeah, they probably go celebrate.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I think the sad part about all this is Irv Gotti was such an accomplished musician, producer, so many hits. He changed the course of music to a certain degree. I think DMX did his first demo at Irv's house, introduced the world to Ashanti, Ja Rule. The Murder Inc. movement was huge. Still timeless songs. These artists are still touring off their music. But when you think about his legacy, 50 Cent is is almost eclipsing those accomplishments to a certain degree. The beef with 50, I feel.
Well,
do you agree?
I think I'm with you because instead of people celebrating that, they're paying attention to what 50's doing.
Right.
Right?
50's antics are eclipsing people talking about all his musical accomplishments.
Has Ashanti spoke?
No.
Ja Rule?
I think Ja Rule may have done a post or something like that.
Ashanti hasn't said anything.
Let's take a look. Let's look at her IG.
I'm not gonna lie. If Ashanti was my woman, she bet not say nothing.
Ashanti has not really, no.
Yeah, that's right.
Nope.
She's doing right.
Nope.
She bet not say nothing.
Ashanti does not have an Instagram post since January 16th.
Yeah, she bet not say nothing.
But, to be fair, remember on Drink Champs, Irv was talking about how he was sleeping with Ashanti
all that, that's what I'm
all
saying.
that type of stuff.
Yeah, she got a man, you know what I mean? So she bet not show no feelings or emotions. That's a problem. A serious problem.
Nelly probably called her up and said, put your phone down. you ain't doing shit.
Yeah. It better not be
Fuck
no
that motherfucker.
crying on lives, no reminiscing pictures.
Nothing.
I don't even give a damn about the songs y'all produced together.
Right.
And no, you can't go to the funeral.
Yeah.
Nah, I think Nelly might let her attend the funeral.
Listen, Ja Rule posted "Love You" with a heart, a broken heart, and a dove, and posted pictures of them, posted pictures of them together, and so forth. So yeah, of course, Ja Rule's gonna say something. Chris Gotti, of course, said something. Yeah, man, it's fairly. It's sad, man. 54 is not that old. I'm 51.
Yeah, that's young.
That's 3 years from now. I'm hoping to. He seemed like he was.
I think it was diabetic.
Oh, is that what it was? Because he was generally in good shape. He wasn't really obese or anything else like that.
He was diabetic, the insulin. And I know bro used to drink a little bit. That doesn't mix.
Yeah.
And with that, you have to tend to that every day, like it's your last day. You can't be on it 4 months, off 6 months.
Yeah.
And I think it just caught up with him.
Well, you touched on this. 50 Cent and Big Meech are going at it. Yeah. And apparently it was after Meech took a photo of Rick Ross.
I called that when everybody thought I was crazy.
Right. And also, I guess, the whole upcoming Welcome Home concert.
I think it was more the picture of Rick Ross.
It was more the picture. But, it's interesting how this is sort of playing out. 50 put a picture of a rat with, I think, on Big Meech, with the caption, "The biggest mistake he ever made was not sustaining his relationship with Tammy Cowan, Her tell-all documentary reveals the truth. So Tammy was the one that Meech sold his life rights to, right?
Yes.
And they're saying that she was the one that he was doing third-party cooperations with?
That's a fact.
Okay.
We got that paperwork.
Oh, you got the paperwork.
That's a fact.
Okay. So according to you, what you said was, Meech's confidant Tammy Cohen allegedly told 50 of the times that Meech told her to conspire with federal authorities in other street cases. You also said that Tammy Cohen had two possible reasons to turn on Meech. Meech wanted to get his life rights back, or she felt abandoned by him when he got out of jail.
Yeah, I mean, when you're sitting back, you think about it, right? When you got a female that's running for you while you in prison, putting her life on the line, you entrusted in her to keep your secrets, right? You done signed over your life rights and all these things, right? I know the conversation as an inmate that we have with women. Baby, it's me and you, right? I gave the life rights to you. I didn't give them to my baby mama. I didn't gave them to you. I need you to do this thing, like make this happen. And she's doing all these things, right? And then he gets out of paroles to his baby mama.
Look, I've seen this so many times. These women who hold these men down for years, these middle-aged women, who are holding this guy down for 5-10 years. They get out, and this dude has a little bit of fame. These girls are popping up with BBLs and everything else, a bunch of stuff they've never seen before, when they got locked up.
Bro.
And they gonna lose their mind. And that older female that's been holding them down is, I'll hit you back. I've seen it happen over and over again without naming any names.
So once Meech comes home, being the boss type of guy he is, what's the first thing he gonna want to take back control of?
His life rights?
Boom. Where's he living? Lil Meech baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Meech mama. Right? She's emotional. Who she been working with the last 4 or 5 years? 50. Soon as she confides and needs that shoulder, 50 gonna give it to her. Now you say, well, why? They were good. Rick Ross hadn't done any of these things. Hey man, 48 laws of power, right? 50 is going to prepare itself in the event or just in case you do try to do something to violate it. Look, this is gonna get ugly.
This is gonna
get the Keffe thing.
This is gonna get interesting because Lil Meech was texting 50, which he posted. He basically said, "Fuck Ross," but he gave my dad some bread so he could afford to pay his bills until our next season starts. And he responded, "What next season, little ninja?"
He triggered 50.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why. You remember this? What was 50's son running around doing?
Oh, Marquise?
He was running around with all his ops.
Yeah.
Right? So when he sees this, he looking at like, little nigga, you supposed to be standing with your daddy. Now you told me your daddy broke. You didn't diss Rick Ross. So if you'll do him like that, you'll do me like that. You collateral damage anyway.
Look, I think that in this game, you ultimately have to choose sides a lot.
You gotta take sides.
You gotta take sides, and you gotta take a step back. And I have to do this on a monthly basis, if not more often. Is you dealing with this person here, and you dealing with this person here, and then the two people stop getting along, and then they want to do business with you directly and not cut the other person out, or you want you to get on your platform, diss the other person who you cool with, and whatever else. And you have to say, all right, where do my real loyalties lie? Right? Who really do I have to stand with? And I have to make those choices. At the end of the day, Lil Meech was given a huge opportunity by 50 Cent. You see Meech with Richard Mille watches and jewelry and all this type of stuff. Those came from opportunities that were the foundation of what 50 gave him by putting him in that show. BMF could have realistically just faded away and, that's that old criminal crew from, the early 2000s.
50 breathed life back into it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So at the end of the day, in the same way that Southwest T, I think, made a mistake by taking a picture with Supreme's son, you have to say, this guy gave us the biggest opportunity. You know what I mean? I've had to take, listen, I know Boosie's my man, and we've done a lot of business together. We made a lot of money together, Boosie told me one day, listen, man, can you just stop doing interviews with Charleston White because he's, tearing down my kids? And I said, okay, I'm going to stand with Boosie. You know what I'm saying? I had to make a choice, which basically put me as an enemy of Charleston White at that point. So Charleston, fuck Vlad. Okay, that's cool. I'll deal with that because I know that I have a foundation with Boosie, and I've done some interviews. I've done 2 interviews with Charleston White.
But not only that, I believe he gave you no other choice because of the kid factor.
Right. And I agreed with that. I agreed with that as well. But look, the BMF series was a big deal. BMF is still a viable name, I think, because of 50.
Definitely. He cleaned it up.
Yes, the BMF song by Rick Ross was a hot song, but that was, 10 years ago or something like that? Yeah. People who are not my age, who actually got to party with him a little bit, people don't really know about the Supreme team like that anymore. It's some old 80s shit, Frank Lucas. Okay, the movie was cool, but that's some old shit.
That's it.
BMF is still something that people are sort of embracing and fucking with right now because of that TV show. Not only because 50 let it happen, but it was well made. They put real money into it. It was a well-produced series. I mean, do you think there's really going to be no next season of BMF?
I think a next season is, I think something's already shot. I don't think it's going to be a season after that.
Okay.
But where they were at, I think 50's going to get it to a point where he's in jail. But I think that Tammy Cowan thing going to be one of them surviving R. Kelly situations. He's going to sit her down, and we know the Keffe thing, okay, she'll reveal that. But I think that the dark, the missiles is going to be everything that we don't know about. And those dudes that's sitting in jail that took a deal and was unable to see who it was doing what, telling on what, and say, wait, you the one? Because she knows everything.
Yeah, it's gonna get a little crazy. If she starts doing interviews, it's gonna get wild.
No, ain't no interview. This is.
Oh, it's just paperwork?
No, bro. She's gonna sit in that seat
and do a documentary,
and she's gonna do some surviving R. Kelly style, and she's gonna point out who he directed her to deal with, what officers. She got documentation. Believe that. We don't even know what she about to expose.
Blue Da Vinci did an interview recently where I guess he got Keffe on the phone in the interview, and they talked about all that. And by the way, Blue, I have no problems with you. I put certain people on my platform that talked about you, but look, we're talking about you right now in a positive way.
He mad at me too.
And we're talking about the Big Meech shit.
He mad at me too.
I'm not picking and choosing. I'm just talking about what's out there. He's mad at me because I put certain people on there that talk negatively about him. It's going both ways, Blue. You know I have no real problem with you when you hear this.
Yeah, he mad at me too. I'd have been to Blue's house. I was my partner and all that, but Blue got beside himself and tried to give me some directions that don't give me some directions that you ain't gonna follow for yourself, right? And at that point in time, when people seen me and Blue at a spat, they started sending paperwork, sending things, and the exposers went to work. And we researched his situation. But Blue's been saying this. On the 100 show, on our YouTube channel, we had Keffe's daughter on there, right? That's where I got the paperwork from.
Okay.
I've spoken to Keffe, and we all know that's a real thing. She's going to shed real light on that. And I'm going to be real. I don't believe that's going to be the deal breaker. The deal breaker is everything, Vlad, everything that we had no idea about. Those people that are sitting in prison who didn't have an idea that because Meech heard something in prison and related to her to go take it to the feds. This is how this will land them in jail. This is dangerous.
Yeah, listen, Blue.
It's dangerous.
Blue, you have an open platform on VladTV. If you want to come through, sit down, have a conversation on camera. We can talk about our experiences and everything else like that.
He might want to do it.
He should. I don't see why he shouldn't. Me and him have always been cool until certain people came on my platform.
Who did he get mad about? Who did he get mad about?
It was, J-Bo said something.
Yeah, that ain't on you.
Let me see. Hold on. Who else? The first person I remember he got mad about was. Hold on.
What did he do? Call Blue a rat? Is that what he did?
I believe so. Hold on one second. It was Dexter Sosa Hussey. One of the BMF guys.
Yeah.
He wrote a big
book.
But
I'm gonna be real. You do know. Listen, Blue has a safety valve.
That's what J-Bo talked about.
No, he has one.
Yeah.
So when they brought it to me, I called 2 Crips that been to the feds, and we was all on the phone. And they, hey bro, boom, 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 and they like, did you get a time cut? And he said, yeah. What's crazy, 210 days.
Yeah.
7-month time cut, right? So Blue's thing is, well, everything they asked me about, they already knew. That doesn't mean anything. If you confirmed anything they knew, whether you were the 10th confirmation or the first confirmation, you confirming things that could be used against another individual. At that point, it's what it is. So he can't be mad at you about his truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He can't be mad at you about his truth.
That's what it is, man. Listen, Blue, you have an open platform. You can even talk about how you mad at me right now.
I mean, listen, man, I ain't gonna lie. Been a few times. That was my partner, man. He still is my partner. I don't want to do nothing to Blue. He pissed me off. You know what he did, right? He tried to call upon me on something that he wouldn't do himself, which was a selfish act, right? I've been a brother to Blue. Like, I was out there in the wild. I was one of the only ones in the paint with him and fighting for him because I didn't really know the intricate details. But I think this Tammy Cowan situation, it's gonna be something. Did 50 know? I think 50 been knew. But 50 was staying the course of business. Y'all know what's up with you, and we cool as long as you cool. But you get out of line because just as fast as he did that, he made an announcement, right? I bet Lil Meech saying, man, I wish your ass would have stayed in jail. I wish they wouldn't have let you out early.
Nah, I don't think so. That's his
What?
dad. I mean, Lil Meech would not be where he is right now if it wasn't for Big Meech. Right? There'd be no BMF if it wasn't for Big Meech. So there'd be no TV show.
Looking at that text, that wasn't in his dad's favor.
Well, yeah. I mean, he essentially called his dad broke. He said
and
that...
50, you unfollowed me. Bro.
Man, listen.
Yo, Vlad, don't step out in the arena with me.
You unfollowed me.
And you start managing this other dude.
Yeah.
My dad needed money for rent. Fuck Rick Ross. I know you for real. So now, if I was Big Meech, I'd tell Lil Meech you can't attend the concert. I wouldn't even let him attend. I'd respect the Ross for real.
I've seen pictures with Lil Meech with a Richard Mille watch. Like, those watches started $250,000.
That's a fact.
So you mean to tell me your dad needs help for bills, but you got a $250,000 watch?
Vlad.
These two things do not fit together.
Vlad, if Platinum Motorsports drops off a Rolls Royce in the front for me to drive, I'm driving it, but it ain't mine.
Right. You're saying some of these watches aren't his. Jewelry's not
definitely. He not.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the money that he was making on the show doesn't coincide with some of the wealth that he's flaunting. I get it. Right?
Even if he was getting a 100 episode, let's just say, which it's $1 million.
Right. Then there's taxes, then there's bills. Yeah, that's going to go pretty quickly. Especially if you're getting it for the first time, because, he didn't really get to benefit from, as he became a young man from all his
50
dad's.
Lil Meech is a little punk ass nigga. Okay, Vlad, let's talk about it. Airport. Gun in the bag.
Yeah.
I go to private school. It's not mine, it's his gun. You don't know my dad? My dad is like Pablo Escobar. None of this shit makes sense. You go to private school, my dad's like Pablo Escobar. I'm innocent. That's who he really is, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these people get caught up and stuck in character.
Yeah, Lil Meech is not a gangster.
Not at all.
He's the son of a gangster. That's it.
Meech is not a gangster.
Meech is a gangster.
No, Meech is a hustler. There's a difference.
Meech is a gangster.
Meech is a... And let me
If you look at his whole... And listen, I've interviewed...
Let me explain something to you.
I've interviewed these Detroit guys.
Look.
Meech has gotten shot in the face, the whole nine. Like, he was really in it.
Listen.
He was really in it.
Listen, if Meech was that type of dude, it would have been bodies all over his case. Meech's first step was the hustle.
No, you're right. I mean, he was...
Is he a man? Yes.
Yes.
Will he defend himself? Yes. Now, you take a man that's actively, right? Actively respecting the role of a gangster, that's a different individual. You understand what I'm saying? I believe Meech was a hustler. And in his hustle, gangster shit would happen.
Right, like look what happened to Wolf.
I mean,
Right? Look what happened to Wolf.
Yeah, but did he do it?
Was it done on his behalf?
Did he, what I'm saying?
When you're the boss,
but
it doesn't matter. This is where these Ricos come in.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
But I don't believe Meech's first step was to go do that to
No, it was actually the opposite. I know people that were there. Like, Meech begged Wolf to calm down and not take it a step further. He begged him, like, yo, it's not that serious. And Wolf was Wolf. Went outside, and leaned up against his car. And I believe that Wolf and his man fired first, and they returned fire. I get it. But that was some gangster shit on Meech's behalf. That's all I'm saying.
He had gangsters around him.
Right. A lot of them.
Right. He had gangsters
I've been around these guys, man. Like I said, I was in Atlanta at his house.
Yeah.
I got to see it firsthand.
But Meech's mentality, his first step wasn't that.
Right.
Blue Da Vinci in them days, right? Yeah, he come from this backyard. That's what that was, right? But I even think now it's going to be a challenge because this is the first time I believe Meech has experienced this new thing called being attacked on the internet. Vlad, you've been through it. I've been through it, right?
I go through it regularly.
But I think his only way of fighting is not to say anything at all.
Well, no, but he's been saying it.
Saying what?
He's been calling 50 a rat. He was showing 50 hugged up with like Tekashi 6ix9ine, and there's a whole series of Instagram posts.
All of this, right, just shows both y'all was on some bullshit. Because if these photos was there and you knew about them, why was the first photos between those two people taken where they was hugged up?
Yeah. Listen, this is sort of new for Meech, and I understand he's trying to navigate the best he can, and his son is not helping in the process.
Not at all.
But if I was Meech and I understood that I'm walking back into a world where I can no longer sell drugs, you can't do it. Can't do it. That's just,
I wouldn't have took that picture.
It's not an option.
I
would understand where my current fame and where my family's money is coming from, and I would play my position. And I would also understand how petty 50 is. 50's not one of these guys like, hey, man, listen, this is a guy I don't like, but if you can take pictures.
Who's the bad guy out of all of this?
Who's the bad guy? I don't think there's a bad guy.
No, yes it is. Fuck that, Vlad. Let's talk about it.
I think Meech is the one that made a mistake.
No.
No? You think 50?
No.
Lil Meech?
No.
Who am I forgetting now?
Rick Ross knew perfectly damn well what he was doing and what that would lead to. And if he was a real friend to Meech, unless he was looking to get 50 out the way, he would have dealt with Meech in the shadows because he knows me and this dude who is going to react if he sees me dealing with this dude that he has business with. And there was a lot of business left to be done, right? Rick Ross, bro, could have done whatever he was going to do in the shadows if he really honored and respected Meech. Trust me, Meech wished none of this was going on. Whatever the plan was, whatever it was laid out to be, I'm pretty sure meetings didn't happen, negotiations didn't happen, right? And we know how this go, bro. When you in a position like fifth, we know how this go when it comes to paperwork, right? Mm-hmm. Whenever you do that type of body of work, the negotiation of movie and all these other things have already been talked about. And even if they haven't been locked in to do, they're spelled out in form of a what? Option. Mm. And with these options, Vlad, is always a time limit. 1 to 3 years, 2 to 4 years, 3 to 5 years, which means 50 could say, I have 2 years to exercise my option. And what happens? The shelf.
Yep. Yep.
So you got to think about you got to look at the board, bro. You know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You text me today.
Mm-hmm.
You said, hey, we still on for this time?
Mm-hmm.
What did I tell you? I value our friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I was here before you.
Yes, you were.
Right? You know what that does? That lets you know whenever it's a thought, when it's time to do business with Wack, right? Mm-hmm. He's on time. He does what he's supposed to do. He comes in. He gives his energy. He gives his thought. He drives the conversation, right? So you got to think about, bro, your moves when you conducting business.
Yeah.
You have to think about it. But I believe Meech was a boss by his own right for so long. I don't think it was intentionally like he thought about, well, fuck 50. I don't believe Meech was on that.
No, but
he didn't.
He was a boss in a different era, in a different field. Although he tried to dabble in music, let's be clear,
didn't work.
He had zero success in it.
That's a fact.
Jeezy was the only person out of that camp who blew up, and he went to Def Jam and
with Coach K.
With Coach K, he did not. It wasn't BMF Def Jam. It was just Def Jam. In fact, I'd always heard stories. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'd heard stories that when Jeezy was about to sign, Jay-Z pulled him aside and said, "You need to separate yourself from these BMF guys because they're all going down." And then I remember there was friction between like Blue Da Vinci and Jeezy early on. I remember there was like a shooting. I think Blood Raw was involved in it.
Well, because Blue Da Vinci was really over the music division. That was his thing.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't think he was in agreement with Jeezy going directly with that. He telling Meech, from me talking to Blue, bro, it's supposed to be him signing to us and we conducting the business.
Right.
But I think Meech was so caught up in whatever his thing was he was doing.
Yeah.
Man, let the little nigga go. It's cool. He's still with us. And, things happen, but this gonna solidify. I think 50 he helped build BMF up to the magnitude that it's viewed upon in the world today. Mm-hmm. And I think he's already squeezed it for what he's gonna get. I think right now he's trying to burn it down.
Yeah.
So he can't continue anything with it. That's what's coming.
Well, you said that Drake will face Puff Daddy scrutiny this year. You said in the year of 2025, Drake will be under Puff Daddy scrutiny. Remember, I told you that. I don't want it to happen. But 90% of the artists were practicing some of the same acts that they thought was innocent. They got their bag up. They got their money up. They fly out. They fly girls out. They bring them back. They have sex. They send them on their way. You know how the feds are moving now? They say you were breaking the law. So this is what I'm saying. I know for a fact there's a two-headed monster that works up there. They built you up. Now they want to tear your ass down. Your words, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Word for word.
Right.
Do you agree or disagree?
Let me put it like this. I spoke to a lawyer today about some older videos I had about certain people accusing a certain music executive of acts with underage boys and stuff like that. And this lawyer was very adamant about being proactive about taking this stuff down and everything else like that. And I'm working with them and so forth. I mean, I'm not, although I do know a lot of stuff and so forth, I'm like, okay, I'm going to work with these guys, maybe take out certain parts of videos and so forth. But I feel there's a general fear throughout the industry that people's past sexual exploits are going to come back up in this year.
Now, let's be real, Vlad. It's a common practice. DM, what's up? Number. Yo, where you from? Oh, is that right? But we doing this weekend in Miami. You want to come down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you a ticket. Mm-hmm. Get down there, chilling in the room. Things happen. She there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. By the time she wake up, it's her ticket. They going on the jet. She back to Tennessee, right? As the federal statute states today, if you fly somebody in or transport somebody, even in vehicle, for the sole purpose of having sex, Lord forbid is anything else involved as a narcotic or a drug or liquor, they're saying it's a federal violation of
human trafficking.
I believe it's
sex trafficking.
1910 sex trafficking, human trafficking. This is what they're using against us, right? And you're not gonna, Drake is Drake. Do I think he's a sex trafficker? No. But by the statute they're using to take people down, they absolutely can probably go out there and find 5, 10, 15, 20 individuals, whether they come in form of criminal or civil. When those things are filed, what starts to happen?
Yeah.
Sponsorships, endorsements.
Yeah.
They start to...
And then people start coming out the woodwork. Listen, I
have friends, anything wrong?
Listen, I have friends at TMZ that have told me some very interesting stories about Drake when he first moved to Calabasas and first started getting money and some of the exploits and his friends and liquor and parties and girls and drugs and the aftermath of some of these situations. I'm not going to go into any details, but it seemed like early on Drake was able to dodge a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff was being swept under the carpets and,
They went back 40 years on Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Puff shit's 25, 30-something years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you swept it under the rug at that time.
Yeah.
But
it's a lumpy rug.
That doesn't say...
It's a lumpy rug.
Right,
yeah.
And I'm saying you keep challenging that monster up there. They build you up. They'll tear your ass down. At some point, and man, I hate to say it, yo, Drake, you still the man, bro. We still bump your shit. The women still love you. You still settle out stadium tours. Yo, this gotta be the most diabolical victory. Kendrick hands, matter of fact, look, bro. Cube took down NWA, right? Which is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kendrick's not even saying a word. He's dropped a whole nother album, going to do the Super Bowl.
Right.
And now Drake's in the trick bag. UMG is saying what? If you don't sue Kendrick, you can't sue us. Mm-hmm. So what you think his next move gonna be? Do you think he's gonna do it? If you know.
I think he's gonna do it.
If Drake
he's gonna do it.
Files a lawsuit on Kendrick Lamar for lyrics and a battle rap that you willingly participated in, that you took low blow shots at this man about his family, his children, his best friends, his business partners, and Kendrick hasn't uttered a word. He just, bro, we Clarissa Shields in here. You giving, I'm taking.
Yeah.
If he files out on Kendrick, it's over, bro. He can't do that.
Yeah, but I think he will.
You think he's that?
You can't just sit there and file this major lawsuit against UMG and you say that your son had to be taken out of school because of safety reasons, and it's this huge, major, like hundreds of millions of dollars at stake and so forth, and they're saying, if you don't sue Kendrick, this whole thing gets dropped. You think he's going to say, okay, I just won't sue Kendrick? He's already essentially suing. He's doing a third-party lawsuit of Kendrick, essentially, right?
No, he's not.
Listen, what I'm saying is,
if he wanted to sue Kendrick, he would have did it out the gate. But he knows he can't do that.
He knows it makes him look bad, but now he thought that he could actually do it without suing Kendrick, but now they're saying he got to sue Kendrick.
I don't think he's going to do it.
Well, we'll see.
He can't do it.
We'll see.
He can't do it.
He's already essentially doing it. He's suing Kendrick's song. Right?
No.
The lawsuit is about Kendrick's song. So he's sort of suing Kendrick in an indirect type of way.
It's not Kendrick's song yet. He don't own the masters.
But it's a song that he performed and wrote.
That's cool.
Listen, you know,
who owns the music?
Universal.
Who approved of the music to go out?
Universal.
That's why I think if he wanted to sue Kendrick, he would have named Kendrick in there day one. I think he knows that's not the route to take. Bro, Drake, he can't do whatever he want. But Vlad, come on, bro.
Yeah, listen, it's a very interesting time because DJ Khaled, he posted his new album announcement, said there's going to be 2 Drake songs. And then Drake responded, said, it must be Drake Bell, it ain't going to be me. And then like Khaled had to take it down right away. So
well,
Drake, I feel, is like basically saying anyone who has somehow participated in anything against me is now my enemy.
But that's what I'm saying. That's not kind of like, that ain't fair. I mean, you know what? I get it.
Remember LeBron? LeBron was singing along to Not Like Us. Now they're enemies again. Like,
I get it. Yeah, he used academic to expose, allegedly, LeBron's infidelities
right
while he's in Canada.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Crazy. You ain't shit for that. Right? Bars. Right? But do you think Drake can maintain what we know is about that? Do you think he can survive it? Can Drake maintain his status and survive his label, shying away, fans not respecting his move? Do you think he's at that point? We know he has a whole nother country outside of America that he can lean on.
He has a whole other world. He's doing sold-out stadium shows in Australia right now. He has listen, worldwide, Drake is a much bigger artist than Kendrick. Worldwide. And I think
overall, I got you.
Yeah, I think Drake is, at this point in his life, is probably accepting, like, look, I'm a major worldwide pop artist, so if certain factions of America are mad at me, whatever, I got the rest of the world. And I have a huge catalog, my streams are going to be that. You know, look, Gunna had the biggest album of his career after all the snitch allegations. It's almost going to be more promo.
No, listen, I'm just saying, like, I get it. You know what? I'm not him. I don't know what he's feeling. I'm just saying, yo, Drake took some shots. He body blowed the shit out of Kendrick. And Kendrick was a good sport. I just don't get why he's going so hard. And maybe he had a thing with Universal where he felt like maybe we had understanding. And he hasn't done it yet, so I can't hold it against him. But he cannot sue Kendrick.
Well, I mean, Kendrick did an interview recently with Apple Music where he talked about the situation. He said, my intent from day one was to keep the nature of it as a sport. I don't care how motherfuckers look at it as far as a collaborative effort. That's cool too. But I love when artists grit their teeth. I still watch battle raps. I watch Smack, URL. From Murder Mook to Lux to Tay Rock to my bro Daylight, this has always been the core definition of who I am. It's been that way since day one, so I don't think it was a thing for this year. It was always a continuum. What I will say about this year is that it was more from a space where I think a lot of people was putting rap to the back. You didn't see that grit. You didn't see that bite anymore. So he's basically like, yo, this is really who I am. I'm really about this battle shit.
That's
I'm
a
really
fact.
into this thing. And, you know, it's not a new thing. I've always been like that. So, you know, just like battle rap, this is what I'm doing.
I mean, Drake knew that. He didn't battle other rappers.
Drake has hosted battle raps, like you said.
That's what I'm saying. If the outcome would have been different, none of this would be going on. If this song wouldn't have caught the way it caught, none of this would be going on. So do you blame UMG or
No.
do you blame Kendrick for making a hot-ass song?
Kendrick made a hot-ass song. It is what it is.
He did what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, and they pushed it like they were supposed to do, just like they push God's Plan and all the other big Drake songs on top
He
of
has a
that.
collab album coming out that they have since kind of like,
Is it coming out with the Party Next Door?
yeah, said now it's not a collab. It's just a bunch of features from Drake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're pulling back from it being a collab. I think I know why that is.
Which is?
If it's a collab album and it comes out and the numbers aren't great, they're going to say it's because of
Oh, they're saying
Kendrick
that,
Lamar situation.
they're saying
that's
the
going
Drake
on.
flop, basically.
Yeah, because I believe this may be coming out. It's not even coming out under UMG. Maybe Sony or so, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Right, yeah. So, I mean, it was a collab album from out the gate. Believe he's on damn near every song.
Yeah, I mean, it was supposed to drop on Valentine's Day. It was supposed to be like an R&B album, basically.
If those numbers don't do great, it may be a sign that Drake's in for an uphill struggle.
Look, every artist essentially becomes a catalog artist at some point in their career.
That's a fact.
Every single artist. As big as,
Whoever.
you know, Bob Dylan was in his day, no one's really checking for new Bob Dylan music. They're looking for his classic songs. And some artists accept that and just sort of stop dropping albums because they just want to say, okay, I'm not going out and doing 10,000 my first week. I'll just keep my legacy what it is. Some artists, you know, feel like, no, I'm going to drop something hot and I'm going to get back in the, you know, on the charts and everything else like that. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But at some point, everyone becomes a legacy catalog artist.
That's a fact.
And
You
Drake
think-
has a hell of a catalog.
You think he's leveling out?
Well, if he drops an album and it does 50K or does 100K,
That ain't gonna happen. I can never see Drake do another
Never?
$250,000. Not in the next.
look at Nas.
Not in the next.
Look at
Nas.
Nas.
Nas not a Drake. Cut that shit out.
Nas is not a Drake, but Nas is one of the top rappers of all
Definitely
time.
one of the top. One of my favorites.
Right. But when
Even in
Nas
his
drops
time.
now, when Nas drops an album now, even with Hit Boy and even with like really dope features and even with Grammys and so forth, it does like 20, 30,000.
I can't see Drake doing under $250,000. Man,
Eventually he will be at that pace.
okay, what, 2030?
Yeah.
Not right now, though.
No, not right now.
If Drake dropped in 2025, what do you think he would do? I believe 30% under his number.
And just so I put numbers to what I just said, Nas's last album, Magic 3, sold less than 16,000 copies.
No, I get that.
Someone who is universally respected, who could tour until his final breath, who could get a feature from damn near any artist of any genre, produced by anybody, is doing 16,000 copies.
Reflecting. If Drake drops 2025, which he has to, what do you...
Listen, I think all the buzz from Kendrick will ultimately help Drake.
Too late for that.
No, people will want to see what Drake has to say. People will want to see if he's responding. That right there will bring a big boost in and of itself.
Kendrick does a Super Bowl, performs a song. Drake files a lawsuit on Kendrick and UMG. He loses the lawsuit. He drops an album, top of third quarter. What do you think he'll do?
Okay, so I looked it up. For All the Dogs, his last album, 400,000 first week. I would say in 2025, he drops an album, I would cut that in half.
200. I went 250. Okay.
We're sort of in the same ballpark.
Yeah, I said 250.
He's not gonna
Before I even knew.
He's not going to do 400 though.
No.
Right.
Before I even knew that 400 number, I'm saying 250.
Right. So all I'm saying is we may have seen the peak of Drake in terms of, you know, the anticipation and the reaction from the fans when he first drops. That's all I'm saying. That he may have peaked. For All the Dogs may be the start of decline. That's all I'm saying.
If he drops an album this year and he does 250 and he loses these other things he has going on after all the shit Kendrick's done, and Kendrick's face ends up on the hood of all the Teslas, I believe we won't hear another Drake album until about 2027. And at that point in time, exactly what you said will happen. 50 to 100.
Well, I had Maino on my show recently, and your name came up.
Oh, Maino.
You watched it?
I haven't watched it.
Let's play a little
Last time I talked to Maino, I trolled the shit out. I got him out of his body.
All right. Well, he actually talked about this particular situation. Hold on a second. Well, you know something? We'll play a little clip from it, but I'll paraphrase.
Did Maino tell you our history?
He touched on it, but he basically said this. He said that the two of you went at it at one point, you know, on IG Live or something of that sort.
That was later, yeah.
Right. And he said how he was basically furious and screaming at you and everything else like that. And what he says is that at this point, he's realized that you're actually a genius at what you do. And the fact that he got so out of his character and the fact that you made him do that made him realize how smart you really are. And he actually respects you for the professional trolling that you've been doing over the years.
Yo.
This is what Maino said. And, you know, we'll play a little bit of the clip so you can hear it. I'll send you the clip just so you have it for your records. You know what I'm saying? But it was an interesting conversation.
Maino was good. And, you know, we still good, you know. But he did something. He know what he did. He know what he did. And I did him a solid, and he kind of like went back and kind of made it seem like it was something else. Once I put my name to something, and I guess the back and forth went from there. And I believe he got a little irritated because I was kind of like dealing with Troy Ave, and I think I caught him on a live. What's the Asian guy's name?
China Mac?
China Mac. So China Mac lined him up. He let me know, Maino on live. I didn't know. So I came in, China Mac pulls me up. And, you know, I start poking at him. And you can't, Vlad, you know in this game, you can't get emotional.
Right.
You know that. Mm-hmm. Right? And I start poking at him. And Maino got out of his body. Right? But one thing I can say, at the time he got out of his body, everything he was saying, every emotion he was displaying, I believed him. Maino, I believed you. It was just funny as hell.
Right. Maino will fist fight you. You know what I'm saying? If he runs into you in real life. He's not just talking. You know what I mean?
Fist fight who?
Anybody.
Who?
Not just anybody. You, anybody.
I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't take nothing from him, but there's been some conversations about some things. And, you know, we knew what the understanding was. No need to revisit it. But I believed him. It was just funny that he let himself, you know what I mean? Man, no, we're going to run that back on the 100 side of Clubhouse. I got to go find the content because it was fun. Did you see it?
I did not.
Oh, you got to find it.
No, he just described it to me.
His eyes was bugged out.
Listen, I'm trying to get y'all cool. You know,
I don't have
with both of y'all.
Listen.
I'm trying to get y'all cool.
Listen,
this is not me trying to fan the flames on any level. I'm letting you know that he actually respects you for what you do.
Maino knows where I had a problem with.
He actually referred to the art of war. He basically said that you play the art of war with people, get people out of their character and so forth. And, he understands that now. He actually called you a genius.
No, I've been watching him. He's been up there with like Angela Yee.
Yeah.
Right? And I believe, Maino he's doing great. You know what I mean? He's a smart dude.
Oh, you know something? I want to play.
And he's a real dude.
Hold up. Let me see if I can just...
that was funny.
That's me. I had to learn that.
Yeah.
And the person who taught me that lesson, this might sound crazy, is Wack100.
Who's also regular on my show.
But he is I wanted to rip this dude head off his fucking shoulders, let me tell you, right? But he taught me a valuable lesson, and one time we got into it, I heard him say some shit like this. I'm gonna make him so mad that he can't even think. And I had to sit back and say, that's the art of war.
Yeah.
Confuse your enemy.
That's a fact.
Right.
You get him to be emotional.
Yeah.
And I look back at the footage one time we was on live and what nigga, let's get to it. Fuck you, fuck your family, let's do it. And he was like, right?
And it's so Wack100
right. And then I look back at myself saying, damn, you allowed this man to control you.
Yeah.
You allowed this man to control your emotions. You understand? For what? You on the phone, you screaming into a phone. I speak highly against that. Screaming into a device. I speak highly against that.
Right.
Everybody know one thing about me is that I'm for the physical, right? Screaming into the phone don't mean nothing to nobody.
No one's getting hurt. No one's getting hurt off that.
Nobody's getting
Right.
So the thing is that it's like he had me really think about that because he's a dude, in my opinion, that understood the internet and figured out a way very early on. I'm a rapper, and I'm a rapper that come with a certain level of reputation. Niggas never was talking crazy about me. So I'm thinking like, anytime niggas talk crazy, we gonna see about them and like we usually do. But the internet gave way to a whole nother culture of people doing their platforms and saying all kind of outlandish things. Most of these things is not true. He's a dude that he don't care if he lie. It don't even matter. Like this dude, me and this nigga going at it. He DMs my ex-girl and tells her, yo, this dude is running around talking about you stole his money.
What?
Yeah. This dude is running around. This dude is running around talking about you stole his money and some crazy shit like that.
Is that true?
Definitely.
Okay.
And let me tell you the beautiful part about this.
Come on, man.
I never knew if it got back to him.
Well, now you know.
He DM'd her. I got the DM.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yo, here's my number. Sent the number and everything. She never called. Or if she did, I don't know. But what I'm saying is.
Did she call?
She definitely tapped in. She tapped in.
These are the things that had me angry. But I didn't understand at that point that this is the internet. This is the internet games. This is about content. It ain't really so personal. It wasn't really a person. Now I would probably more than likely 99.9% of the times beat dog shit out that man. Like literally beat him bad, right? And that's where I wanted to always be at with him. And then I realized that this is just the internet game. This is just content.
Well, but to be fair, Wack is also prepared for physical violence.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And you've
Cool.
seen it with him multiple times.
No, I didn't.
Well,
No, I didn't.
Stitches. Remember he knocked
No,
out
that
Stitches?
don't count. That don't count. You punched on some dude. Like, that don't count.
Okay.
And I seen his one against the white boys. I mean, come on. Like, he's built low to the ground. He's built funny. Don't work out. He look like he eat whatever. Like any day. East Coast, West Coast, in the phone booth, and back of the building. Like, it don't matter. But what I'm saying is, I'm not even mad at him. I'm not even mad. I say all that. I'm not even upset, right? It's not because he taught me that it's the internet. I watch these dudes argue to death, him and a bunch of other niggas on the internet, and then get past the argument and then make videos together.
So here's the thing with Maino, right? First of all, Maino's only known for putting his hands on Young Bird. That's it. Way back when. Like pre-sexy Kenai days. Not even the Bird of the day. I don't think it'll happen. Right? So, I mean, to hear him talk, and it's funny because it all started when me and Game shot the pest control video. We go to the Pinks, Uncle Murder. We over there 8 hours. My man Nuke, we go over there to Brooklyn, East Brooklyn, and we do our thing. The next day, we look up, Maino does a thing, and like he's on the block looking around, and he like, I can't believe y'all let these niggas come over here and shoot this video. Right? Games had a security, as you know who he is, G Magic. Said something. They get into a back and forth. We on our way back up to New York in a day and a half. We just had dropped down to Baltimore and we had to come back up. So Magic, you know, Magic, he don't do a lot of talking. You know, he like, when we come up, we gonna handle that. K-Slay called me, Uncle Murder on the phone, Maino on the phone. Maino says he don't want no problems. Magic want to get down. Maino say he don't want no problems. I said, all right, cool. Murder my man, me and Maino was good. Slay on the phone. Slay telling me fix this shit. I tell Magic, let it go, boom, 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 boom. Magic want to let it go. Out of respect to me, he lets it go. 2 days later, I get a call. Well, what's up, Wack, what's up? Yo, we ran into Maino. I think Magic had put something up. So I asked Magic, Wack, could he take it down? Right? Slay on my bumper. Magic takes it down. Maino then hit the streets of New York after being on the phone and him being the one saying he didn't want no problems. Look what I made dude do. So at that point, because I asked Magic to take it down, and he did, now it's on my back. I don't even tell Magic about what Maino's saying. I made contact with Maino, we get him on the phone, we tell him we on our way back up. Maino, like, end of the day, you didn't want to do none of that. You can say I'm building all that. I'm bad and shit. You can say whatever you want. All he known for was Young Bird and getting the $150 across his face. He mad about that because I found that dude too. He called in and gave me an interview. But what I'm most proud of is that my troll work to the lady got back to it. And I know that really was probably the reason why he went off, because she made contact with us. She sued and got paid from that Troy Ave shooting.
Oh, this is the girl who got shot.
Yeah. And she told us he left her for dead. He was sleeping on her couch. Jury was fake. She was telling us all kind of things. I let it go for other reasons. You know, I was asked to leave it alone, so I let it go. But nevertheless, it's water under the bridge. It may know we run into each other. You ain't got to say nothing. You know, shit, it happened how you want it to happen.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen. I've been around Maino since before VladTV. Our relationship goes back to like 2007.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that being around him and you know, being around the energy and everything else like that, he's not just talking, like he really stands behind what exactly he says. I think he's a thorough guy. I think he's a stand-up guy. I think he's a real man. And I wouldn't want to see the two of y'all get into it.
Dude put a $150 across his face, came home, he didn't do nothing about it. I don't believe him.
Well, I don't believe with that story, I believe that the dude that cut him, he actually cut him before.
He definitely.
So it was a retaliation.
Mm-hmm.
So he may not have done anything afterwards, but he did something to him before. Let's just not paint the story wrong.
Yeah. But dude called him in the barbershop.
Right.
I think I got the interview.
I mean, Maino told me he got caught in the barbershop.
Yeah.
This is not a secret.
At the end of the day, like, stop.
And listen, and we could all get caught.
No, man.
You and I could get caught.
I'm not getting caught nowhere.
You and I
I'm not getting caught nowhere.
Okay.
I've been running these streets 36 years.
Okay.
Right? People have tried to catch me. Some of your friends have tried to catch me.
My friends?
Yeah.
Who are my friends?
Yeah, but, you know.
Wait, who are my friends? Wait. Who are my friends that try to catch you?
You ever seen somebody run up on a bear or a bobcat or a lion? Yeah.
What, you talking about the white boys?
No,
you got into
no.
Who are you talking
Some
about?
Some of your friends have tried to catch me.
Who are my friends that try to get you?
We'll talk about it off camera.
No.
This is a fact.
Are you saying I sent them?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
All right.
But I'm talking about guys. No, we're not implying that.
Let's not imply
I'm talking
that.
about guys that you would say, yeah, if these dudes caught you, it'd be something, right? Listen, man, I've been doing this longer than him. He's very comfortable in his seat. I'm gonna still jump. Now, the thing about it is, I'm in his backyard. I ain't tripping him. His backyard is dangerous. It's a lot of wolves. They starving over there. I can reach in that backyard. And he also got into me and Jim Jones' little thing, which had nothing to do with him. I get it. But, you know, man, I get it. It was all fun and games. But don't never think you can do nothing to me or whoop my ass or none of that. Now, based on that, you're going to have to live on that. Hopefully it ain't at awards or somewhere. I'm an ex-convict dude. We don't care about none of that. Red carpet, it just could get redder. So maybe you might want to retract those things. Retract those things and know who you dealing with. It's obviously he been watching me, though. He been watching certain instances and situations.
I hope y'all work it out, and if you want me to be the middleman of the situation, I will gladly be the middleman try to ease this out. This is not an attempt.
She was down in Atlanta.
This is not an attempt of me trying to fan the flames. I'm actually bringing it up because I know both of y'all, and I'm cool with both of y'all. I've done business with both of y'all. Everyone knows, you know, where I stand, and I'll get y'all on the phone if both of you are open to it.
Yo, listen, man, I'm always open to a conversation, but you ain't gonna do nothing to me. Not gonna happen. And if you want to play that game, we can play it. I left it alone. You know what I mean? Shit, I'm in New York every day. I think my house is bigger than his. I think my crib might be bigger than his out there. Yeah.
What, in New York?
Yeah. So I got an elevator in my crib.
TDE.
What's up with TDE?
TDE.
Shout out Top Dog.
Currently getting sued for alleged sexual assault and harassment.
Yeah, that attorney hit me yesterday.
2 anonymous women have accused TDE employees and executives of sexual harassment and assault. One of the women alleges that Chief Marketing Officer Brandon Tiffith attempted to sleep with her and sexually battered her.
That's Junior, though, right?
She also accused the label's current president, Musa, of sexual harassment.
Okay. Yeah. But she's not anonymous. Her name is like Luna or something, right?
Yeah. So basically, the lawyers responded, said there's a clear example of a shakedown lawsuit by Linda Luna and Aya Alteri, who made a demand of $48 million to their attorneys on fabricated claims. $48 million. And whose attorneys are looking for their 10 minutes of fame. There are text messages and communications that totally refute these baseless claims. Additionally, Miss Luna and Miss Alteri were never employees of Top Dog Entertainment. We are confident that we will prevail in this action.
Yeah, the attorney hit me yesterday. Her attorney.
Her attorney. And what is he saying?
Her attorney said, I'll tell you right now, literally said, Mr. Jones, I'm Shanak, Linda Luna's lawyer in the TD lawsuit. I read online that you were interested in seeing more information about the allegations. If you give me your email address, I can send you a newly amended complaint we filed yesterday with a great deal more information, including screenshots and transcriptions of conversations. So he sent it.
It's interesting that this court case is being played out in the media. I mean, it's a court case.
Yeah, he sent it, right? But and when you look at it, it's like, you know, you can tell it's conversation, but it's stuff deleted.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know. I mean, I'm still trying to understand the basis of 48 million. I didn't see anything where it was like any like sex or any force or any.
Yeah, 48 million is a crazy number. It's a crazy number.
I think, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and they're saying, I guess what they're implying by saying they're not employees, they're probably like interns or contractors or something like that.
No, she's always been like a publicist type person. So maybe she was up at the studio with an artist or something. All it's going to do is just make people tighten up. TDE runs a tight ship. It's gonna make people tighten up. You know how people, you're at the studio, bring some chicks or whatever. It's just gonna make people, the people that's supposed to be. Studio life is about to get very boring.
Right. No girls, no drugs.
Bro.
No liquor.
No liquor.
No
It's
weed.
about to get very boring, bro.
Yeah.
You know that.
Well, I actually broke this news to you the other day. Chrisean Rock's ex, Ronnie Doe, has been shot dead, I think in front of his home, right?
Yeah.
In Maryland. And this is the same guy that kept harassing her to try to get a DNA test because he felt that her son was actually his. And
Strong possibility.
And not Blueface's.
It could go either way. Now, he never got an argument out of us about that.
Right. Now, what's interesting is that right after he died, Chrisean suddenly posts this DNA test on her Instagram.
Fake.
People are saying it's fake. And people are also saying, why didn't you show this when he was alive? The timing of it is crazy.
I don't get it.
So you think it's fake?
They know it's fake. They called in that the number's real, but the number doesn't match the names. That's the thing they did on Zeus, the bullshit they did on Zeus. The baby was born in September. That test was done in May of 2023.
Well, no, hold on. But DNA, baby, before she was born?
Yeah.
The baby was born, I mean?
That was supposed to be a test they did on the baby while still in the womb. She has
no. They rarely do those types of tests.
Look at the paperwork. It says May 2023.
Yeah,
the baby's born September 2023.
Yeah, no. Actually, doing a DNA test on a baby in the womb was actually dangerous. You could have essentially.
What I'm saying
the baby.
is that test that she put up was the one they were supposed to did in the womb, right? But it's when you call and check it, the numbers is not crossing with the names. Since the baby's been here, this is why Ronnie was upset. She won't give anybody a DNA test, which she has never denied sexual activity with Ronnie.
Well, do Blueface's parents ever get the child, like babysitting or anything?
No.
Okay, because I was gonna say, can't Blueface's parents do a DNA test with the child to see
She ain't.
But you could do that, right?
Yeah.
Like Blueface's mom.
But here's the thing, bro.
Do a DNA test with the baby to see if she's related to the baby.
Here's the thing. Like, let's screw all the fun, the games. If you're a female, you're telling me this is the father, right? It shouldn't be a problem doing a DNA test.
Right. What's the big deal?
The only time a female is going to be hesitant with that is if it's some possibilities that it may be something else going on. Right? So, I know dude had a court date on the 10th, and I believe this was the court date against him, whatever happened in the mall. Maybe a violation of his probation or whatever he's on. Mm-hmm. I've heard that he was making threats about exposing some things. He actually went to jail for the murder behind Rock.
I heard that.
But he always kind of insinuated that he wasn't the one did the murder, right? Whatever he was getting to. So, I don't know, man. They say it was a targeted hit. Time will tell. I hope there isn't any foul play on Rock's side. There's obviously some foul play because we got a man dead.
Right.
But I will say this. I've always, he asked to interview with me a couple times. I stayed out of it because I'm pro Blueface.
Yeah.
And me interviewing him and him saying things.
Yeah, we'll put Blueface in an uncomfortable position.
And it's a possibility that the child could actually be Blueface, and me giving him a platform around me, right, it just didn't feel right to me.
Okay. During your conversations with Blueface, does Blueface think that that's his baby?
It's a possibility. But he also respects that it's a possibility it could be.
Okay, so he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a possibility. You know what I mean? He like, yo, bro, I do know she was doing some things, right? And he says he'll tell you like, yo, the baby favors dude, and me and dude kind of resemble in our own little ways, right? So, you know, he wouldn't bet his life on it.
Yeah.
So at this point in time, he's been requesting the test. The other dude was requesting the test. The crazy part about it is, what if it is his baby?
Ronnie's baby? Well, he didn't get a chance to spend any time with the baby. It'd be sad. It'd be a sad situation. But clearly she's trying to hide something.
That's a fact. If I told my baby mama any of that, she'd have crossed her arms, tapping her feet, looking at me, stupid, right? It wouldn't even be a hesitation, so it's kind of like...
Right. And the fact that she posted it after the person that could officially dispel it is now gone.
They tell me he was at the hospital when the baby was born.
Oh, Ronnie was there? Oh. If you were to bet right now, if I were to say, okay, $1 million, Blueface's baby, Ronnie's baby.
Just a loose million
Loose million. You got to bet. But of course, you're going to lose if you lose, so, you know, it's $1 million riding on it.
Looking at the situation, I would say the baby's Ronnie's.
I would agree.
Baby
Too many shenanigans around it.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to prove one way or another, especially on the Blueface side.
Blueface father is there every day.
Right there. Take a DNA test with the father and see if, you know, there is a relation of any sort.
There it goes.
You know?
Her hesitation and her lack of allowing this to happen leads me to believe that she's hiding something. Because she would want to put it in the world's face. This is, without a doubt, Blueface's child. So, yeah.
A$AP Rocky, at
Case
this
fell
very
apart.
moment.
His case is looking great. You seen it? It fell apart.
I've seen some of the testimony by A$AP Relly, a.k.a. A$AP Telly. Oh, you haven't heard that yet? A$AP Telly. Yeah. Well, so A$AP Rocky is facing 24 years. He got a 6-month plea deal and turned it down, which means that he's either extremely confident or extremely stupid.
One or the other.
One or the other.
Most ex-cons would have just took the 6 months.
Well, he is an ex-con because he's done prison time. I know he was at Rikers. Now, the argument that he has, which was presented one day before jury selection, was that it's a fake gun. It's a prop gun, a starter pistol.
And when I heard that, I thought it was the worst defense in the world.
Yeah.
And I still think it is.
I agree.
I think this A$AP Telly dude, right? He shot himself in the foot because he turned in things where he deleted messages, not knowing they can go get the messages anyway.
Yeah.
And the way he's conducting himself on that stand
Yeah.
is giving that jury and that judge every reason to believe you're not credible.
Correct. I agree. This is the star witness.
Yeah.
I'll put it like this. Megan was a lot more credible on the stand than A$AP Telly.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know, and like Tony Yayo always says, you never go to court when your shooting victim is willing to take the stand. But this guy right here might be proving that rule wrong.
Well, yeah, A$AP, he called a break. He called a break because I was like, oh, no, you going down. He part of the A$AP team, he a street dude. He telling him to identify. You know, I don't know when he went to the hospital. There was a few things about the case. 7 officers couldn't find the shells.
Right. He went back and found the shells himself.
He lied about that. He never fired a firearm, but yet they got record of him going to a gun range, firing the same caliber gun as the shells that he mysteriously went back and found. It's like, you know, come on. Like, what we doing, man? Like, I mean, you know, I think it was a money grab.
Well, it is a money grab. People don't understand this because here's the thing. Like, I believe that Telly already filed a civil suit or he's preparing to file a civil suit. And if he could get any sort of conviction from Rocky, whether it's a plea deal or an actual jury verdict, he will automatically win the civil suit.
Well, I mean, I don't know, because we watch OJ win in criminal and lose in civil.
Well, no, exactly. Well, it goes, see, but it doesn't work the other way around. You can't lose in criminal and win in civil. No, wait, you can't, you can't lose in criminal and then lose in civil.
So you saying it's retro, it's automatic.
Well, no,
I don't know, bro.
No, here's how it works, right? The bar for conviction in a criminal case is much higher, meaning that in a criminal case it has to be beyond a reasonable doubt. In a civil case, it's more likely than not. Criminal case, 90%. Civil case, 51%. So if you already been convicted in a 90% situation, it's really a walk in the park. Because look, I mean, I watched there was like the American Manhunt where he went through the OJ thing and he talked to OJ's lawyers, not Johnny Cochran because he passed away, but the other guy that was on the team. He said, I'm perfectly fine with OJ losing that civil case. Because, is it more likely than not that he killed Nicole and Ron? Okay, yeah, I could, But was there a reasonable doubt that we presented? Yes, we did.
Defense attorneys, bro, they should never go to church. He said, is it likely he did it? Yeah. But were we able to create reasonable doubt? Yes.
I mean, but that was actually, like, I watched it, and they really had a good
case. Come on, bro.
They had an interesting point because for the first time ever, they actually got one of the jurors from the trial to actually do an interview. And here's what they did that was so brilliant. They got Mark Fuhrman on the stand. Have you ever used the N-word? No, I never have. Really? You never have? Here's the audio tape of you using the N-word 30 times.
Because he knows he's going to say no.
Right? So now you've perjured yourself. So then, because of that situation, Mark Fuhrman had to get his own lawyer, and his own lawyer said, from here on in, you plead the fifth to every question. So they got on the stand. They put him on the stand. They said, have you ever planted evidence to help convict a man of a crime? And he said, I plead the fifth. They're like, wow, the actual lead detective has refused to say whether he set up people with fake evidence to convict them. That right there is reasonable doubt in and of itself. And that's what the jury member said. She said, listen, I feel bad for the families, I really do, but they did prove reasonable doubt. You know what I'm saying? That right there was brilliant on their behalf. So look, ASAP Rocky, it's going to be interesting, but I will say this.
He's going to beat this, bro, dudes.
Probably, but here's the thing. Vlad Lebovny at age 51, with the amount of money that I have, if I knew I didn't do it, I would still take those 6 months and end up doing 2 months and coming home and being done with it.
He wouldn't even did that. He high risk. He would have did a turn. I watched my brother do 1 day on 90. He might would have did it 5 days a week.
That's what I'm saying.
He's high risk. They don't even want him in there.
Exactly. He's going to do minimal time, come back and be done with it. And at a certain point, man, listen, like, this is what I've learned over time.
What if he know he didn't do it?
It doesn't matter. It's in a court of law where the truth doesn't always matter. It matters about how it's perceived.
That's a fact.
And the legal power on both ends.
That's a fact.
I have dealt with lawyers. Listen, I've had lawyers. I dealt with a situation recently where I'm like, listen, I know I'm going to win this. I know I don't care, whatever. And they said, look, how much time have you spent in this particular legal field in terms of going to court and whatever else? I said 0. Okay, between the two of us, we have 55 years. So you could either listen to yourself or you could listen to us. We charge $950 an hour. You could do what you want. We'll go with your direction. But we have 55 years of experience between the two of us. My main lawyer has 35 years and her partner has 20 years. I said, okay, I'm listening to my lawyers. I'm not happy about this decision, but okay, I'm going to go with it. because even though I think a certain type of thing in my head, it doesn't matter.
He knows how the courtroom works.
They know how the courtroom works, and for me to pay this much money to these lawyers and then to say, I don't care, I'm going to do what I want to do, is just dumb.
No, I get it. My attorney, Alex Kessel, he one of the top attorneys out here in L.A. County. He's over there in Tarzan, a Jewish guy. And it's a lot of our cases, it wasn't that we wasn't guilty. Is that he just found a technicality.
Yeah.
And it works both ways.
It works both ways.
You're in a situation where you know, like 6 months versus 24 years. That's your wife is Rihanna. Yeah. You might, I'd have been done with that. I'd have probably went in and pled down to joint suspension to maybe 4 years, where as long as I did 2 years clean, they'll let me off. Your wife is Rihanna. You can find something to do for 2 years.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I think he's worried about the civil case, though. And I think part of the reason why, Rocky and Rihanna are not married is because of this potential civil case. And if they're married, he could potentially go after both of their money. Yeah. And Rihanna's a billionaire. So this might turn into a $200 million lawsuit before you know it. That's what I think. I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, if I'm facing 24 years, and look, like, you gotta sit back and you gotta see how this looks. ASAP Rocky has a concealed carry permit in LA. Not easy to get. Not easy to get. He has legal guns, right? So you want to convince a jury that you're gonna go meet a guy who you have a conflict with, and you're bringing a starter pistol when you could bring your real gun that you could legally carry?
He can't show no proof of purchase of a starter pistol. I don't even know why his legal team went there. I didn't understand it.
Let's just talk from a common sense point of view, right? I have legal guns, right? I would never in my life have a fake gun with me, because I understand that if I pull out that fake gun, that gives the green light to everyone with a real gun to shoot me dead without me being able to do anything but make a loud noise. The last thing in the world that I would want to do is have a fake gun. I remember I was in Vegas over New Year's, and sometimes I carry pepper spray with me, so I'm like, let me stop by this gun store and get some pepper spray. The only pepper spray they had was this pepper spray with like a gun grip on it. And I said, I don't want that shit. That looks like a real gun. I pull that shit out, I'm going to get my head blown off. Right. I'm cool. Like, I'll just not carry pepper spray for the next few days. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anything resembling a gun that's not a gun.
That's a fact.
And anyone with any sort of brain in their head would not have a starter pistol.
I think he got lucky. The witness is, he fumbled the case. If that witness would have got up there and did a Meg Thee Stallion, I think ASAP
Telly, you mean?
Yeah. If he would have got up there and he didn't trip himself up. So I think ASAP gonna be all right with this one. Rocky gonna be all right.
I hope so too. I met Rocky before. Seemed like a cool dude. I like his music. I don't really know ASAP Relly like that, but I hope it does work out. I mean, Relly's story does seem janky. I mean, you got shot and your knuckles got grazed. Like, I mean, that seems a little strange. You're the one that found the gun case, the gun shells.
7 cops couldn't find
Right. And here's the other question. Where do the bullets go in? Like, can you find bullet holes in the buildings or anything else like that? Now, if you find those, Rocky's fucked.
And he lied about firing a firearm. They found out he fired at a gun range, the same caliber bullets he found. So
right. So it sounds like he probably took those bullets.
He's going to be all right. He's a bozo. I wonder where he's going to go now.
Well, what was ASAP Telly doing before? I
don't know.
I don't know of. Does he do music? Is he a manager? What does he do?
I have no idea.
There's a lot of dudes with ASAP in their name, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're actually gainfully employed and have careers. They just happen to be friends with these dudes early on. So I don't know.
How fast do you want me to tell? As soon as possible.
ASAP.
ASAP.
Well, I just had Day 26 on my show.
Yeah, that was...
And I didn't expect the conversation to go this way, but I was talking about their experiences with Diddy, And Q, one of the members of Day 26, started talking about an email that he saw that he wouldn't say what it was about, but something about human sacrifice and something evil and so forth. And he started to cry, which I've seen before. I've had a number of people cry on my show, but then the other Day 26 members started to cry along with him to the point where they actually had to stop and take a break and kind of, get themselves together and then come back.
I was in the email and I saw some things in a personal email that threw me off guard.
Like what?
I don't want to go into details right now, but it just threw me off guard. You know what I mean? To make me be like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand you crying now and of the trauma that you've seen, but what about me, bro? Mm-hmm. Like, what about the trauma you put me through when I read that email? I'll tell you, it felt like some sacrificial stuff was going on, man. Like, it felt very scary and weird to where I ran to get help.
Did you have this conversation with the rest of the group?
Yeah, they know.
So when you guys heard this,
we was in tears. Like,
oh,
yeah,
wow,
in tears, real. I love my brother. What's going on? Tears, real, hurt, pain.
Yeah, it's real scary when you got to keep it to yourself.
Yeah,
you start doing things. I was like walking around Rochester, bro. Like, it's like I really like lost myself for like years, and I don't cry about this no more because I'm stronger. But it's like I was going crazy, bro, trying to figure out like what's going on. And the things that I was feeling are coming to light now, and I'd be like, whoa. And I guess like if this would never came out, I still would have been secret about it. I wouldn't just like snitch.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not no snitch. Like, I was gonna just deal with it. And I don't know why somebody that evil would. I don't get it. I don't know why somebody would do that to a talented, passionate people. Yeah. Like, we talented, passionate people. I don't understand. No, it's okay, bro. I don't understand why someone would sit down and think about hurting someone. I don't know. Or laugh about it after they do it, Like, I don't get it. That's why I said none of them are innocent. I'm not here to expose anybody, but none of them are innocent, man. Like, none of them are innocent. Right. Y'all all coming after this man for millions of dollars when y'all were a part of it as well. Y'all were down too. Like, that's not fair. That's not fair to him. It's not fair.
It was pretty interesting. It was pretty crazy. You saw the interview.
Yeah. One dude, like, he started crying, but he started defending Diddy.
Was he defending Diddy? I don't think so.
He started saying things as if it wasn't all Diddy's fault. The guy in the front, left side. I don't know, man, but what were they mad about the way Diddy treated them? The boot camp style treat? I mean, what was...
I'm not quite sure because no one actually said.
This is what I'm saying.
What the topic was. And now the internet's going crazy with it trying to figure it all out. He mentioned Roger Bonds was on that email. So I called Roger Bonds and he goes, I have no idea what he's talking about. He said, I honestly have no idea. So
I think, it's a thin line between somebody just like on you, trying to make you better, trying to perfect you, talking shit. I mean, that's the case, bro. I should be mad at my football coach. Shout out Joe Bagheera, because he called us all kind of stuff to get us motivated. It worked. Some kids left. I used to watch kids walk off the field. Mr. Lee was the best at it, but I was trying to figure out where was the violation. You did the interview.
Yeah.
Did Diddy violate, like, what?
I'm not quite sure because he's like, I ain't no snitch, so I ain't gonna say it. So I don't quite know. I mean, people are trying to kind of put the pieces together, but no one really knows. And like I said, I called Roger Bonds. He said, I have no idea what they're talking about. So I don't quite know. But I mean, Q even talked about how he has mental illness and he's on, medication and so forth. And I think he was dealing with some of that before as well, from what I was told.
Oh, he's a J-Cat.
Possibly. So, look.
I mean, shout out to him if they went through any type of like mental anguish or something. I just didn't hear Diddy violating them, taking advantage of them in like any sexual ways or any.
Yeah. I mean, they say that.
Did he beat him with a spoon? What do you
No, I mean, they feel that Diddy owes them money. They feel like they're owed some publishing and so forth.
Well, they're supposed to deal with that with their attorneys.
Yeah, and they said that when they got offered the deals were not negotiable. It was like, if you want to be on the show, I don't care how many lawyers you talk to, this is the contract, take it or leave it, which is Diddy's, right to do. All these shows are like this. I don't care if it's The Voice. I don't care if it's the Rap Game or whatever else. I remember.
So they're saying Diddy's a horrible businessman. That's their gripe. They have no sexual. No, they were drugged. Well, I don't Diddy
know.
oil, none of that.
I'm not quite sure what Q was talking about. I mean, clearly, if he's crying and they're crying,
he's a man.
Right, but they're all men.
Yeah, why are you crying?
I don't know.
Why are you crying?
Don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Are you mad about the contract? Like, if that's the case, then that's not. You know what I mean? Because it's like this. Like, it's one thing for. It's too many people coming out of the woodworks. Just saying things.
Wait, listen. Diddy's former assistant, Philip Pines, said that he would help Diddy organize freak-offs, a.k.a. Wild King Nights. He said that Diddy requested various substances for the events, including marijuana, ketamine, mushrooms, Molly, and more. He also shared voice notes of Diddy asking for those substances. These requests would start becoming more frequent, started to occur on a daily basis. Diddy's childhood friend, Tim Dog Patterson, is saying that Diddy's mother, Janice Combs, used to host sex parties at the family home. Said he was around all types of alcohol. He was around reefer smoke, drug addicts around, lesbians around, homosexuals. He was around pimps, pushers. That was just who was in our house. People attending these parties were from Harlem, from the streets. It wouldn't be a thing to mistakenly walk into one of the bedrooms. You got a couple in there butt naked. Basically saying that Diddy was around this, that his mother was hosting these type of sex parties and he thought it was normal because this is what he grew up with.
All this is here.
I don't know.
All this is hearsay. I mean, we don't know. Maybe they did, maybe they did, but what does any of this have to do with right now, the case right now? This is just like a character thing?
Listen, if Diddy beat this case or if he got a slap on the wrist plea deal, I would not be surprised.
I said that.
I would not be surprised.
I don't see the RICO.
I don't see the RICO. People are going to say that maybe I was going to the Diddy parties and I'm trying to protect him. No, I've been very consistent. I haven't gone to any Diddy parties. I went to one party. It was a son's birthday. At one point, Diddy was there, but so was like French Montana and Justin Bieber and Khloe Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? Nothing freaky happened. I don't know. Out of all these cases between like Lil Durk and A$AP Rocky, I almost expect Diddy, well, maybe not A$AP. Well, no, even A$AP Rocky. I almost expect Diddy to have the most chance of walking away from this.
No, definitely. Because they charge him with a RICO. There's nobody under him, right? I'm really trying to see where they going with this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe I'm missing something. The Cassie, the assault, that's not there.
Well, the assault is past the statute of limitations. He's not being charged with that.
Yeah.
Now, they could, I mean, if they, I guess, showed a bunch of instances that are like, okay, well, he beat up Cassie this year, but then he beat up this woman and this guy and this woman and this person and blah, 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 and this is like a RICO because he's constantly abusing people and there's people that are helping him and so forth. I mean, look, like, people are posting voice notes of him asking for drugs. I mean, this is the problem when you just hire people to do shit, is that at some point they start to...
They can't do it. They go bad.
Like I almost feel like if you're doing dirt, you should just do your dirt by yourself. I mean, don't have your driver drop you off at the freak off parties. Like, just drive yourself. You know what I'm saying? Have your driver handle the business side of your life. But I think that he was having people like Roger Bonds around him all the time. And ultimately, look what happened. Roger Bonds is doing VladTV interviews that are getting 2 million views. So it is what it is, But hey, man, listen, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Let's say they give Diddy 30 years, like some R. Kelly type thing.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll off himself?
Maybe. Unless he just goes full-blown gay and said, look, I'm going to make the best out of the situation. I'm going to have 5 boyfriends in here.
6ix9ine, 6ix9ine said he was in the dorm with him.
Yeah.
And he said, yo, you see why Diddy got so much money? He said he asked everybody for their stuff. He'd walk up, yo, I need a pack of sugar. Yo, do you got this? He said, he won't spend no money. He said it was the craziest thing. But
yeah, I mean, look, I remember when I interviewed Quando Rondo, right, who just accepted, I think, 33 months. And he was talking about his Fed case, and when he was locked up, he said it didn't look like at one point, it didn't seem like he was going to get out. It didn't seem like they were going to give him bond, that he was going to stay in jail until the trial started. And he said he accepted it at one point, and he said, okay, and he got into jail mode. He's like, all right, I'm going to get these top ramen here, and I'm going to do this, and okay, I'm going to trade this stuff with this guy, and I'm going to get some extra pillows and blah, blah, blah. Like, he's like, okay, I've been through this before. I'm going to get back into jail mode. I'm going to do it again. Unless Diddy gets into jail mode and accepts that the next 3 decades he's just going to be there, he's just going to be torturing himself every day, feeling like he got done wrong and so forth. He might off himself. Like, okay, look, so I remember I interviewed Alan Dershowitz, right? He represented Jeffrey Epstein in the original underage girl trial, which he basically got a slap on the wrist for, right? And I said, look, you know this guy, you represented him. Did he kill himself, or did they kill him because he knew too much? He goes, listen, I don't know the real answer, but if I were to give you my professional answer over someone who's worked closely with Epstein simply could not accept the fact that he went from flying on private jets, having islands to himself, having the whole world open to him, to suddenly being in a dirty jail cell with bad food, and he's going to be there for the rest of his life. And I think that from his point of view, he felt it was easier just to kill himself and get it over with. So Diddy might be in the same position.
I think he killed himself with the help of prison guards. I think he paid off prison guards to turn off the cameras, to turn their backs. I don't think he could have committed suicide by himself, but I do think he decided he could not spend the rest of his life in rat-infested jail cells, and that it would be easier for him to end it than to just spend the rest of his life suffering in prison. That was his decision, and he acted on it.
And I'm not hoping this. No one wants to see anyone hanging from a jail cell.
I would like to see him at least come back on appeal. At least try to come back on appeal.
Well, I mean, he'll try. He'll try. He has all the money in the world to work on this, right? The money won't run out in terms of legal bills. He won't go broke. Am I right?
Shit. Got a lot of lawsuits.
Yeah, but those can get pushed off for a while. He could put aside $100 million somewhere offshore where that could be used for legal bills, right? Like, you could have a bunch of lawsuits, but try to collect them all. They're saying he won't get out of his jail cell to go to accept service for, civil lawsuits and so forth.
Oh, he won't go?
Yeah, that's what he was saying. That's what Busby was saying.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't have to, fuck y'all. These 200 lawsuits that you filed, I'll just sit here.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but, listen, as long as he doesn't lose hope, he's not going to kill himself. Because Trump might pardon him. I can see that.
I can definitely
see that. Especially in about 4 years from now when he's on his way out.
I can see that.
And he's looking for those cash payments. Shit. Diddy's, I give you 100 million Bitcoin right now. Just give me that pardon. Okay. There you go. You got to think that in 4 years, Trump knows for a fact he can't have any more terms.
Yeah, it's over with.
So he don't care.
He's going out with a bang.
He don't care.
He's going out with a bang.
He'll pardon everybody. He'll pardon, Dylan Roof, if there's enough money behind it.
Trump gonna pardon Larry Hoover.
Yeah, Trump might pardon Larry Hoover.
If anybody gonna do it, Trump gonna be.
Lil Durk might get pardoned. I'm saying.
This what we do know.
Is R. Kelly in the feds?
Yep.
R. Kelly might be free.
Definitely.
You go see a shit show at the end in terms of pardons. And look, you saw with Biden. Biden gave preemptive pardons for his family and certain other people.
Family cleared a lot of felonies off people's records.
Yeah.
He did a whole lot.
Exactly.
Up to the day of.
Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan.
Listen, man, leave Mike alone, bro. He ain't got no control what old Marcus doing. Marcus over there doing what he doing, man. Marcus drove on the railroad tracks. He said, look, man, it's 4 of us. We can push this thing.
When you look at the mugshot, right? Antonio Brown pointed this out. Why are his glasses nowhere near his ears? The bars are way up here and the ears are way down there. Who wears glasses? Who wears glasses like this?
Did he play baseball, football, anything? Marcus was just Mike's son. He does not
look like he has any athletic ability whatsoever.
Yeah, he was just a wasteless nut.
I somehow blame Larsa Pippen for this.
Who?
Larsa Pippen, Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
You think she did it? Think she turned him out?
No, but I think she turned him out. That's what I think. I'm just kidding. I don't got nothing to do with it. But he was arrested for cocaine possession, DUI, and resisting arrest.
Yeah, he ran and shot down the railroad tracks.
I guess he was trying to say, I'm Michael Jordan's son to the officers right before he got arrested.
Yeah, I don't even...
We thought we were making a right, and I fucking turned onto the train tracks, apparently. Bro, I'm Marcus Jordan. I'm Michael Jordan's son. Okay. I'm not doing anything wrong.
He don't even resemble Mike.
No. But then again, you've seen a lot of disappointing kids out there.
Yeah.
For example, I want y'all to look this up. Marvin Gaye's son, Marvin Gaye Jr., put out a song which might be the worst song ever created in the history of the world. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm not saying this lightly.
Did he release it himself, or is there a label?
I don't think a label got behind this. Hold on.
Marvin Gaye's son. Does he look like Marvin?
Here we go. Marvin Gaye III. Can't take my eyes off you. Hold on. I'm about to play this masterpiece for you.
We should get lost tonight, 'cause I've been waiting for you for my whole...
Bro, that's not Marvin's son, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. What? Oh, God. Nah, bro.
You're talking about one of the greatest vocalists,
bro, he ain't
of all time.
How we know that's Marvin's son?
Because his name is Marvin Gaye III.
Yeah, maybe that's some Ronnie shit going on.
This is Marvin's son.
Nah, bro.
Marvin Gaye Jr.
He don't look nothing like Marvin, bro.
I'm telling you, this is Marvin Gaye's son. This is Marvin Gaye's son. I'm dead ass serious. I looked this up. Marvin was the one who Michael Jackson looked up to. Michael Jackson would get giddy. There's pictures where Michael's looking up at Marvin,
bro,
wow, I'm with Marvin right now.
He should go to jail for that. I just lost about 2 minutes of my life I cannot get back.
I'm going to say that's one of the worst songs I've ever heard.
And they really...
And it's labeled Marvin Gaye III. He wanted to make He wanted to let people know where this is coming from.
I'm glad the youth don't know who the hell a Marvin Gaye is.
Right.
That's because that's, come on.
Yeah. Absolutely awful. So what I'm saying is, your kids will not inherit all the positive traits, no matter who you are, unless you're like a LeVar Ball, who really puts in the time and devotes, their life to the kids. Where it's like, I'm going to start. Marvin unfortunately didn't live long enough to do that.
Yeah.
His
father killed him.
His father killed him. Exactly. So, maybe if Marvin had spent time teaching him how to sing and so forth, and developing his voice, helping him with songwriting and everything else like that. But clearly, the genes alone did not do it. The DNA did not carry through.
That shit was horrible.
That shit was awful.
The producer need his ass whooped. The video people, everybody need to be touched in that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. Oh man.
Yeah. Well, Lil Durk is still locked up. They're saying that he's actually, potentially gearing up to put out his album.
I think before he held back on it because of the lyrics. I don't know. I haven't heard it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was getting ready to come out. Then he got arrested.
Yeah, but right. I mean, shit, he should have really let it come out.
I saw the cover. Well, but I feel like albums that come out when people are locked up, the audience just doesn't really care. Because remember, Young Thug dropped an album while locked up, and he had
it didn't do that. It didn't
had Drake on it and stuff like that. And still, I feel like it didn't really. It wasn't like a regular Young Thug album where there's just a massive amount of.
I think it was a bunch of records that he hadn't used, and he just kind of like put features on there.
I get it. Well, here's what's interesting, and you could chime in on this. So recently there was a photo that came out that had Lil Durk and FBG Duck's fathers together, right? And I had Rico Reckless on my show, and I brought that up. Rico, by the way, who's now dating Summer Walker. Salute. Uh-huh. You know what I mean? That's my man. I'm happy for him. But he basically said, he's like, yeah, I know people are going to get mad at me for saying this, but like, now they want to take a picture together? Like, how come the fathers didn't try to do this when their sons were still alive and still going at it?
Your son, my son, been beefing. We couldn't have just called and stopped this shit off a phone conversation. We couldn't have a phone conversation because we were so in the feds. Now, your son got my son killed. Now we cool as hell going kumbaya around this bitch. The fact that they can just come together, it's like, that's good for the culture. But where was y'all at when these niggas was going to war, man? See, this what I don't like, man. When they was really going to war and Durk was saying fuck so-and-so and Duck was saying fuck so-and-so, when Durk made competition, Lil Duck, you can't duck this clip. Yeah, when they was dissing each other and then Duck kept dissing Newski. Y'all was supposed to call, Duck daddy call, Durk daddy call. Hey, man. And put a mutual party where everybody can and fix it so it don't go this far. Y'all let this shit go this far. Nah, fuck that. Kill each other, genocide this bitch. Yo, from the grave. Like, everybody need to die. Everybody need to meet up in heaven now. Cause y'all let it go too far. Now I don't like that shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like when people let shit go too far. Now you want to fix it when you could have fixed it before it went too far.
Cause Durk father was in jail, wasn't he?
No, Durk's father got out of jail a while ago.
How long you been home?
Let me see. He's been out since 2019.
When Duck get killed? 2021?
2020. Okay, I see where you're going with this. He was out for like a year. Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? He don't,
okay, fair enough.
He just did, 20-some years?
Yeah.
Fresh out. He not trying to run in the storm like that. He don't really know what's going on with them youngsters. He probably trying to bond with his son and get his son away from that and figuring if I can get my son right, and control him, then maybe that could be controlled. So, yeah, Rico. Come on, Rico.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. For some reason, I thought they were out for a while. I mean...
You know why you didn't think about it?
Why is that?
Because you ain't Wack100.
That's right. Yeah, and like...
You know what I'm saying?
I kind of feel like a lot of these guys that get to a certain point, achieve certain status, especially when their fathers aren't in that life at all, they're probably like, Dad, I know what I'm doing. Like, take a step back. You know, here's.
Or they blow it off. They downplay it.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, what's going? He can't. His pops can't watch. He don't know all the whatever's going. If it is going on, I still believe that a lot went on. That it just went on, and just because Dirk is who he is, they pinning it to him. You know what I mean? Was it conversations like, yo, what's that? I don't fuck with them niggas. It's whatever with them. You know, whatever they ops, whatever. But that's not necessarily him saying you go handle that.
You're right. And listen, he has a hell of a lawyer, Drew Finling, who's, you know, I'm cool with. I did an interview with him and we still talk. Who's also NBA YoungBoy's lawyer, ironically enough. And if anyone can get him off, is Drew. It's also Big Meech's lawyer back in the day.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's see what happens. I mean, I had heard, because there was the mention of, they're saying Lil Durk was involved in a murder for hire for the guy who killed his brother D thing, but I don't think he's actually being charged for that. Is there a superseding indictment around that?
I heard it was, he had a superseding indictment, but I don't know. I like, this is why I don't know if it's too strong, because when they got him, it was a big old thing. We're hearing like, you know, a couple of them was copping pleas, but now you don't hear too much of nothing.
Yeah, well, it's going to be quiet for a while. You know, the trial is supposed to be October, but it's going to get pushed back. I'm sure Dirk's not going to take the stand. And, I mean, it is the feds, though. It's not a state case. This isn't the Young Thug YSL trial. This is the big, you know, the big leagues. And we'll see what happens. And look, if he gets free, then I'll be like, all right, my mistake. You know, maybe everything I said was ultimately wrong because he was let free. Maybe he didn't know about all this stuff, or maybe his lawyer just managed to get him a good deal.
I think his biggest challenge is keeping them youngsters from saying his name.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know what I'm
the
saying?
biggest problem is going to be his co-defendants. Yep.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, O-Block Louie, who just passed away.
Yeah.
I did his last interview.
That's the dude that took the shot, right?
He got shot in the head. Right. And I think, I'm not hearing the exact details.
Probably
I think it's
had
complications of that. I think he had a seizure or something like that. I'd heard he got locked up again. I'm not sure. But, yeah, man, it was a fucked up situation all around. This is just I feel just one more casualty in this war.
Yeah, but, well.
Yes.
I guess, it's.
He got shot in the head when King Von got killed and ultimately died from a stroke later on from those injuries. Not right away, but later on, because he was in a coma for a while. And look, his head never recovered. His head was always swollen and, you know, messed up looking and so forth. And we talked about it. He said he didn't really remember anything because I think, well, I remember talking to people afterwards. I guess he actually pulled out a gun and tried to shoot, but the gun jammed or something. That's what I heard. So.
And they popped him.
I think police shot him, yeah.
Oh, he was justifiable.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. DJ Unk passed away from a heart attack, age 42. I did a bunch of interviews with him before VladTV during my DVD days. Cool dude, man. Cool dude. And, last, but certainly not least, I remember I met him back in the day. Too Short's brother was shot and killed at his dispensary in Oakland.
I seen that, man. Show Dog, good dude, one of our legends.
Yeah.
Well respected. We all love Too Short.
Oh man, this is from.
I think his brother was about 61. Show Dog like 58.
Yeah, no, it was his older brother. I remember I met him in Atlanta at Too Short's house. Just a cool ass dude. Was always down with Short. Always played his position. Never had a falling out or ever, whatever. And the fact that, man, you're in your hometown. You are the brother, the brother of the first major rapper out of Oakland.
Oakland is not to be played with, but the streets is bad. It's hard out here, and with people coming in to get it, they coming in to get it. Either you could give it up, or they gonna take it. I don't know how this happened. I seen a lot of shell casings out there. I believe he was. I don't believe he was trying to cooperate.
Oh, go along with a potential
they had
robbery?
a lot of shell casings out there. You know what I mean? Which means it was some gunfire.
Look, Oakland,
Oakland's rough.
Oakland's always had a problem. You know, I remember going to a Cash Money show back in the day at the Oakland Coliseum that never happened. Brawl broke out. People started hitting each other with metal chairs. Cops were pulling out guns. Like, it was a disaster. I remember In-N-Out Burger. It's been around for what, like 60, 70 years?
Yeah, they shut it down.
The only In-N-Out Burger in the history of In-N-Out that has ever shut down was in Oakland.
Was it violent shootings, robberies?
I saw the interview with the owner of In-N-Out. It was the daughter of the family that started. They died in a plane crash, so she inherited, In-N-Out is not a public company. It's a private company completely owned by her. And she said every day there'd be some sort of serious incident at that location. Fight, stabbing, car broken in, windows broken. And the cops would take forever to show up. And she finally just said, the safety of our employees is more important than the potential profit of the store. So for the first time in In-N-Out history, they shut down Oakland. They shut down In-N-Out in Oakland.
We got to do better, bro.
Oakland, we got to do better. I say we because I'm from the Bay. I lived in Oakland for a while.
No, we just got to do better. Us as people. Black people, Latin people, whatever, Asian people. Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, In-N-Out got some of the best fries.
In-N-Out got the best burgers. Honestly.
You know what I'm saying?
I like In-N-Out better than any other burger spot in terms of like fast food burgers. Now, there's some gourmet burgers I like a little better, but in terms of fast food burgers, nothing beats In-N-Out.
Yeah, what they probably labeled it a nuisance or something like that.
Yeah.
But now, rest in peace, man. I'm pretty sure I met Too Short, brother. I never chopped it up with him. I've been knowing Too Short many moons. I seen him getting a little emotional. I've lost a brother. I know that is. Keep your head, man. Keep your head, Todd.
That's what it is. Wack100, always a pleasure.
Always, man.
And we got someone special coming up on Monday. We're not gonna say who it is. We're not gonna say who it is.
That shit gonna be wild.
Gonna be crazy.
Wow.
Gonna be crazy. So stay tuned. Till next time. Peace.
We out.